honors tonight are being presented by the Dreadnought Battalion, Lakeland High School's junior ROTC cadets. They are Cadet Command Sergeant Major Roy Rickman, Cadet Private Alexandra Garcia, Cadet Private Julia Carey, Cadet Private Ania Montesino, and Cadet Private Brianna Jennings. To honor America, please stand at this time as Director of Bands, Mr. Zachary Murdoch, conducts the Dreadnought Marching Band in our national anthem.
As well as information for the conclusion of the athletic contest. We hope that you have a positive experience while visiting the Bryant Stadium. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact our athletic office. Thank you, and go Dreadnoughts.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is having respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. Posting pictures from tonight's game on your social media accounts, tag the FHSAA and we'll retweet and share it. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the very best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. We would also like to remind all Dreadnought fans that the Dreadnought Marketplace is located in the south end zone tonight. Visit the Marketplace for all your Dreadnought spirit needs. The Marketplace will be open until after halftime.
If they win home game next week.
Lakeland High School would like to say thank you to Marco's Pizza for being tonight's press box sponsor. You can go visit Marco's Pizza on South Florida Avenue by Outback this weekend and enjoy. Lakeland High School would also like to give a special thanks to Aunt Tia of Hollywood Cafe. Take your Dreadnought game tickets to Hollywood Cafe. You can get a free appetizer or a cup of Italian ice with your order anytime Monday through Saturday, 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Hollywood Cafe is located on Winter Lake Road across the street from Travis Technical School.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bill Castlefield at Bryant Stadium for tonight's 7A regional semifinal playoff action between the Kathleen Red Devils and the Lakeland Dreadnoughts. The officials for tonight's contest are from the Central Florida Officials Association and are referee Ken Griffin, umpire Jeff Granger, linesman Ronaldo Perez, line judge Andy Patterson, back judge Tondrick Robinson, side judge Kevin Bowersox, and field judge Jeff Allenbach. The clock official is Larry LaBelle, and the play clock official is Melvin Jones. The captains for the Red Devils this evening are number 3, Torian Seeley, number 9, Cotuan Palmer, and number 11, Dominique Walker. The captains for the Dreadnoughts are number 5, Jason Hampton, number 19, Jahari Martin, number 51, Alik St. Am, and number 96, Latrell Jean. The Red Devils won the coin toss and have elected to defer their option to the second half. The Dreadnoughts will receive the opening kick, and the Red Devils will defend the south end zone.
It's easy to settle into a routine of average and mediocrity. Average doesn't rise at 5 a.m. Average isn't sore when the day is done. And average never wins a championship. About a dreadnought.
As you see the Dreadnoughts make their way out to the field here at Bryant Stadium. Kathleen won the toss and they will defer to the second half, so Lakeland will have the ball first to start tonight's state second round playoff game. This is Jeff Goddard along with Brad Smith, former Dreadnought quarterback and Kentucky Wildcat.
Correct.
Glad to have you with us tonight, Brad.
Great to be here, thanks.
Tim is on a little vacation, so we're switching roles tonight. I'll be doing play-by-play, and so glad to have you with me. I think this is our third maybe broadcast together. Perhaps it's been a few years, but
it's been a little while. But yeah, I recall several times in the past we've been up here doing this, either here on the road. I think Kissimmee Osceola was.
We did one in Kissimmee Osceola, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where we did on the sidelines because they wouldn't let us up in the box, or they didn't have a box.
Yep. I do remember that. I think we just had a folding table there on the ground. But, of course, tonight we were perched up high here at the press box at Bryant Stadium. Kathleen in all white tonight with her red helmets, and Lakeland with their black and orange uniforms.
Beautiful night, Jeff.
Nice, cold, crisp night here in Lakeland.
Yeah, it is. The last 24 hours have been a great taste of fall and perfect night for a high school football playoff game, even though I guess it's a rematch.
Should be a good one. We'll go ahead and grab a seat and get ready for the broadcast.
Jared Garland, solid second kickoff. Finley Graham deep to return.
And here we go. Low kick, kind of a squib kick, if you will. Fielded at the 25-yard line by Lakeland. And that's number 5, Jason Hampton. Will get it out to close to midfield for the Dreadnoughts before being ran out of bounds by the Kathleen Red Devil.
Yeah, short kick. Nice play to field it. Turn the corner, pick up some nice yardage there. Get this chance to start this drive right here at
So they're going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line. So Lakeland begins their first drive of the night in excellent field position as they are almost at midfield. A little surprised there, Brad, that Kathleen didn't kick it deep. I guess they were concerned for a big return by Finley Graham, but they gave us great field position after that short kick.
Right, the squib got picked up early and Lakeland capitalized on it, had a nice return.
Got some movement on the line there. It looked like maybe Kathleen moved first, but they're going to get Lakeland for the false start. I think the Kathleen player got back on his side of the line.
Yeah, I think what happened on that kickoff, Jeff, is that was a squib kick designed obviously to roll past the upbacks, but they had Keon Zipper there, number 9, the 6'3" tight end, who's obviously got great hands, snatched that thing and hit the corner and made it a nice kick return for the Dreadnoughts.
McWilliams takes a snap and fakes it to Bowman and keeps it for himself and gets back out to the 44-yard line for a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 12 now for Lakeland. Little read option there, Brad.
Right, we picked up a couple.
Or I guess it should say zone read play there by McWilliams, who was kind of banged up to start the year off, Brad, but as the year's gone along, we've seen him be more of a featured part of the offense with his legs in the quarterback run game. He's under center this time in the I formation. The draw play handoff to DeMarcus Bowman. He gets a few yards out to maybe the 47. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, the hole never quite developed. The Red Devils did a good job of kind of staying their position in the line of scrimmage there and letting the linebacker step up and make a play.
Third and 9 for the Dreadnoughts. McWilliams fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, and looks for a receiver there in the flats, number 14, Deshaun Graham, but he overthrew him, and Kathleen has a successful first series on defense. Brad, in those 2 run plays there on 1st and 2nd down, the Kathleen front 7 did a good job of plugging the holes and really very little room to run for McWilliams and Bowman.
Yeah, they did. Net 1 yard, 3 and out by the Red Devils defense here. We'll see if we can get a nice punt, pin them back deep.
Jace Hohenthaler is back to punt. Here's a snap. He gets it off. Pretty good punt. Fair catch called for by number 3, I believe it is, for Kathleen, Torian Seeley. And so Kathleen would take over on their own 21-yard line. Solid punt there by Hohenthaler, no return.
Right, didn't give him any chance. Netted about 32 yards. So put them back in their territory. Let's see what the defense can do.
This Dreadnought defense has been money all year, Brad. As good as the offense has been, really the defense has probably been the stronger unit. So we'll see if they can continue their Great play here in second round matchup against Kathleen, who they just played 3 weeks ago in the regular season finale. Handoff to number 2 for Kathleen, Jakari Martin. He got nowhere fast as Lakeland's front 7 got him down quickly.
Tackled by Lloyd Summerall.
Lloyd Summerall, the prize recruit, defensive end for the Dreadnoughts, with the tackle.
Fast and physical.
That's the way Lakeland wants to play. So 2nd and 9 now for the Red Devils. Dominic Walker is in the shotgun right now. There goes Martin in motion. He takes a snap, looks to his left,
Tip.
and it gets deflected by Dreadnought.
Yeah, it looked like it was tipped there at the line of scrimmage, though.
And good thing, because number 81, the wide receiver, Andrew Manning, was open for Kathleen. But Lloyd Summerall making another big play here early in the game with the deflection.
Team defense.
So 3rd and 9 for Kathleen, but there's a stoppage on the field by the refs. I don't think it's a penalty. They're making a Lakeland player, I guess, get rid of a towel. It's number 44 for Lakeland there. Khalil Crawford had to
some sort of an equipment.
throw a towel to the sideline. Must have been an equipment violation, if you will, but fortunately no penalty. 3rd and 9 for the Red Devils. Walker in the shotgun. Zone read, he keeps it. And then as he's getting tackled, he pitches at the last moment to number 3 for Kathleen, Torian Seeley, and he's going to get very close to a first down. It's all going to depend on the spot. It looks like it's going to be about a half a yard short. So Brad here, first big decision of the game for Coach Strickland for Kathleen will have to decide, Coach Troutman will have to decide, go for it or punt. You're deep in your own territory, although it's less than a yard. I think he's going to go for the safe route and go ahead and punt this ball, Brad.
Yeah, I don't know if he's feeling like a riverboat gamble tonight, but first quarter, your defense looked great the first drive.
And so we are going to measure. The officials have called for a timeout to measure this. I think it's going to be about a half yard short, Brad.
Yeah, I think it's a little short. It looked like a nice, kind spot for the Red Devils there on that. We don't have the replay, of course, but from the box, it looked like he was able to extend another couple yards there, past the way it looked. And it is a little short, just about 6 inches.
It may be less than a half a yard.
Yeah, from up here, that looks like about 6 inches. But that was a great play by the Red Devil quarterback there. Holding on, stretching the play in the last second, finding the pitch man.
That was just sandlot football right there, Brad. I mean, it was a zone read. He kept it. He was going down, and he pitched it to Seeley there. Instead of being a no gainer, he got 8 yards on the play. Almost got a first down.
That was gritty and gutsy. It was a nice play. Looks like they're going to punt.
We have 2 guys back. That's Finley Graham, and I can't tell who the other, maybe this Howard back, I think, along with Finley Graham. So we have 2 guys back to receive this punt. There's the snap. He takes his time, but gets it off. The ball bounces, and it's going to, Finley Graham's going to let it roll. There's a flag. I'm not sure what that flag is for, as there's nobody on this side of the field, but the side judge threw his flag around the 36-yard line. Let's see what the call is. That was definitely smart by Graham not to field that punt, as there were some Red Devils coming right at him.
Yeah, he was thinking about it, but he elected wisely, I think, just to let that thing dribble past him another yard or 2. Wasn't worth the risk. Good judgment.
Let's see. As the referees can let us know the call. So it's a blindside block against
Penalty was a
Kathleen
foul against the Red Devils.
So Lakeland will get the ball in pretty good field position. Instead of being at their own 31, they'll be back at their own 46, which ironically enough, Brad, is where they started the first drive. So let's see if Lakeland can make something out of this drive. They were unable to do so on their first drive of the game.
Yeah, deja vu. Let's start the game again.
The Dreadnoughts take over first down and 10 from their own 46-yard line.
So it looks like Lakeland's trying to get to the line of scrimmage pretty quick here. Lakeland lines up in the McWilliams in the shotgun. Bowman to his left. He hands it off to Bowman. Bowman darts off to the right. He's got a hole past the 40. Pushed out of bounds around the 33-yard line by number 23 for Kathleen, Kendall Dennis. Brad, that was a great play by Bowman there. Really, the handoff was right in the middle. Nothing there. Bounced it out to the right and got about a 20-yard gain.
That was patience as a running back right there. He hit the hole. It was a little clouded up. Step to the side.
Yeah, 20-yard gain exactly for
beautiful
Bowman.
run.
Bowman is the complete package at tailback, isn't he, Brad?
He's a specimen, yes.
He's got the speed, he's got the vision, he's got a little bit of power, good cutback ability.
Special player.
No doubt about it. He's only a junior. McWilliams with the draw. Play to Bowman, bounces out to the left. Inside the 20, inside the 10. He's being pushed out of bounds around the 7-yard line. But there's a late flag on the play. Let's see what that's going to be about. Another great run, back-to-back great runs by DeMarcus Bowman, this time to the left. He about broke that Kathleen defender's ankles there as he
did.
Bounced it out to the left.
That was a very quick cut while he was full stride almost.
The numbers that Bowman has put up, Brad, in some games this year are just mind-boggling. It's like you're playing, Madden or something.
Yeah, I've seen some of the stats. 8 runs, 3 touchdowns, 180 yards.
So dead ball, personal foul against Lakeland is a call. So instead of being inside the 10, the ball is going to be marked at the 22-yard line, but it will still be a first down for Lakeland. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 22-yard line of Kathleen.
Looked like perhaps a little extra contact after the ball had passed.
Yeah, extracurricular activities.
Yeah, let's not forget, these are 2 high schools that are rivals. They've already met once this year.
And that was a 50-0 shellacking that the Dreadnoughts put on the Red Devils. I don't think it's going to be 50-0 tonight, Brad. I anticipate a more competitive game.
You would think so. From what we've seen so far, it's fairly evenly matched to Mr. Bowman's last couple rushing attempts.
Yeah, both defenses got off to a good start, but Lakeland's had back-to-back good plays thanks to their star tailback. So McWilliams back in the shotgun with Bowman to his left. He takes a design quarterback run, tries to get outside and gets about 3 yards before he's tackled somewhat violently on the 19-yard line, almost like a side swipe there. But there's another flag on the play. It's thrown by the side judge here on the west sidelines of Bryant Stadium. False start against Lakeland. So it's going to be a replay of first down, be 1st and 15 now from the 27-yard line.
Illegal procedure.
And I'll apologize kind of here early in the game for my voice. Those of you who are loyal webcast watchers, I missed the game last week as I was under the weather and ended up having a pretty bad cold and doing much better, but still recovering from that. So if my voice cracks from time to time, then I will apologize now, and please bear with us. We're glad to be back here in the saddle on the webcast along with our guest color analyst tonight, Brad Smith. All right, Bowman gets the handoff, and he had a big hole, kind of got tripped up. He's going to make it down to around the 19-yard line. So essentially, we were at where we were going to be before the penalty. Be 2nd and about 7 now from the 19-yard line as Bowman gets 8 yards in that play.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
I think Bowman has about 42 yards now or so on 4 carries tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice burst to the short side. Found 7-8 quick yards.
McWilliams back in the shotgun. Bowman to his left. Got 2 wide receivers split out to the right. And another false start. This will be the third false start of the night on the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of confusion on the calls there. And perhaps the Red Devils are making calls on defense. This is the second time where the offensive line of the Dreadnoughts have been standing up pointing fingers over at the defense. So perhaps it's throwing the line off.
The weather is crisp tonight, Brad, but the Dreadnoughts are not crisp on offense. There's 3 false start penalties in the first 6 minutes of this ball game. So we have the first quarter water break. We'll take a timeout. Your score, Lakeland 0, Kathleen 0.
In attendance tonight, stand up so today's crowd can publicly recognize and thank you for your dedication, commitment, and passion. The valuable lessons you instill in our student athletes help them succeed not only athletically, but academically. Thank you, teachers, for everything you do. At the end of the first quarter,
so we're actually going to keep it here with you.
Stand and give a big Dreadnought wave to the Lakeland Regional Health.
We'll keep it here with you. We'll go to commercial break. The next break we have.
The patients, families, doctors, and staff will be waving back at us. Get ready for the Dreadnought wave at the end of the first quarter. We would also like to remind you that the Dreadnought Marketplace is located in the south end zone tonight. Visit the Marketplace for all your Dreadnought spirit needs. The Marketplace will be open until after halftime. Tonight's sponsor of the game is Springer Peterson.
Tonight you're watching the 2018 FHSAA football regional semifinal contest between the Kathleen Red Devils and the Lakeland Dreadnoughts on the Lakeland Football webcast. Got some housekeeping duties to do tonight. We have to read some of the things from the FHSAA. Big Williams, late pitch, and it's on the ground. And Kathleen has recovered the fumble. Very risky move there by Ski McWilliams, as it looked like he was going to keep it up first, but the last minute he pitched in the option, and Bowman could not come up with the pitch, Brad. Just probably a situation where McWilliams should have just kept it and got a couple yards and went on to third down, but unfortunately that's the first turnover of the game.
Yeah, very similar play what the Red Devils had on their first possession where the quarterback waited, and then the last second he was able to get away with it.
We did not.
Unfortunately for us.
The problem was, Brad, there was too much traffic in between him and Bowman. If there wasn't the traffic, that would have been fine, but there's some players in between him and Bowman, and just that's a pitch that never should have been made. So Kathleen takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Kathleen in the shotgun. Handoff right in the middle, and he's got some room to run, does number 2, Jakari Martin. He breaks a tackle and gets out to the 37-yard line, so that's going to be a Kathleen first down. It's an 11-yard run by Martin. It's kind of interesting, Brad. They don't have any of their players on their roster as Kathleen listed as quarterback. So I think it might be a situation where we see some different players. But so far tonight, primarily number 11, Dominique Walker, who's a senior but listed as a wide receiver according to their roster, has been the quarterback so far tonight. Walker in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks out to his left, makes a quick throw to number 13, Jonathan Carr, and gets a short gain before being brought down by Antonio Ware for the Dreadnoughts with a little bit of help from A.J. Thomas. That's an 8-yard gain. As Kathleen's trying to get the quick passing game going, Brad, so far in the first quarter.
2 nice plays back to back. They run it up the gut, tough physical run, picked up a first down. Next play, first down toss, pick up of 8. Looking at a 2nd and 2 here, Jeff.
Kathleen, the I formation now, Walker under center. The handoff to the outback, and he's met right away by Khalil Crawford. What a stick by Crawford.
Wow.
There's a flag, though, as there are some extracurricular activities going on away from the ball. And I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if it's going to be against Kathleen or Lakeland, as there was 2 players kind of going at it. I think it's going to be against Kathleen, as Lakeland is applauding, but we'll see.
There we go. It's against
and it
the
will
Red
be
Devils.
against Kathleen. That's going to be a personal foul.
penalty was a dead ball personal foul against the Red Devils.
Now, since it's a dead ball call, I would think that down would count and it'd be third down now, but the referee signaled that it was still second down, so we'll see.
I think the ref made a mistake. It looks like it's going to be...
it's third down, yep.
Third down, right.
I believe that's correct, 3rd and 18.
Timeout on the field here.
Kathleen calls timeout. So we'll go to commercial break. 0-0 with 4:24 to go here in the first quarter.
South concession stands to support your LHS Dreadnought marching band.
Text from your nephew. Back with here at Bryan Stadium. 3rd and 18 is what faces Kathleen after they had a personal foul penalty on and before that personal foul, just a great tackle by Khalil Crawford as Kathleen on a 2nd and 2 play tried to hit the up back, and Khalil Crawford was having none of that.
Yeah, explosive play there by Khalil Crawford to stop that behind the line of scrimmage. And
that's the kind of play that get your defense going.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we'll
get you some juice. All right, 3rd and 18. Dominique Walker in the shotgun. He looks to his right, a quick
lateral
pass out to his running back. That's a backwards pass. Number 23 picks it up, and he's tackled inside the 20-yard line by several Dreadnought players. Just an ugly play there by Kathleen as that pass was intended for Kendall Dennis, but as you said, it was a backwards pass, and if Dennis hadn't recovered it, Lakeland could have gotten their first turnover of the game, but nonetheless, Kathleen's going to have to punt as the ball's at their 19-yard line. They're facing 4th and long.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a trick play in the forming. However, he tossed that lateral out there early.
Brad. It was just a screen pass there, but just wasn't executed well as Walker's pass was a little bit high, and Dennis could not come up with it. Kathleen is punting from about their 7-yard line. Lakeland has Howard and Finley ran back. He was able to get the kick off, and it's going to be down as the ball takes a roll for the Dreadnoughts inside the 45-yard line of Kathleen. So Lakeland will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Kathleen 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line, where the Dreadnoughts will take over 1st down and 10.
Brad, so far tonight, the game has taken place, pretty much all the game, on the Kathleen side of the field, but Lakeland, due to some sloppy penalties and a turnover, have not been able to score yet. You just get the feeling Lakeland needs to punch this in. When you got to take advantage of field position, and so far Lakeland hasn't been able to do it. So this is a big drive here for Lakeland.
Yeah, this is starting inside Kathleen's territory. We're downhill. They've been able to make some big positive plays.
Bowman gets the handoff. He's got a big hole right in the middle, and he's still on his feet. He's down to around the 21-yard line. So this drive starts off just like the last drive, about a 22-yard gain for DeMarcus Bowman.
Right out the gate. And he put a move at about the 28-yard line there to add another 10 to it.
They're done. Tavian Smith with the tackle for Kathleen. So they're going to mark him down the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lakeland as they're almost in the red zone. That first down brought to you by FHS, Florida Handling Systems. All right, the referee is ready now. He's about to signal we can play ball again. McWilliams in the shotgun. Bowman lined up to his left. He's going to hand out to Bowman, who runs off the right end and gets inside the 20. So he's in the red zone. Gets about a 5-yard gain. Brad down to the 17-yard line.
Tackled by Coach Juan Palmer.
Yeah, the wide receivers all spread out to the wide side of the field, and they came back with the run to the short side.
Play game 5 yards, brings up 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 for the Dreadnoughts. Now I want to give a quick shout out to your nephew, Zach Feder, just texted me, letting us know he's watching the game.
Hello, Zach.
Up in Illinois at Wheaton, said he had his last collegiate game last week, so collegiate career is done.
Yeah, they did 4 years at Wheaton. Very successful career.
Yeah. It's a punter and kicker right up there, both.
Yeah, he was.
That's awesome. Timeout by Lakeland as Coach Castle wants to talk things over.
Another 7A playoff action tonight. In the first quarter, Plant 3, Vieira 0.
So score for you tonight. Plant is up on Vieira 3-0 in the first quarter. Also, I want to give a shout out to Keith Corney, our good friend and loyal webcast watcher up in Tennessee watching the game tonight. And Michael Barrett, who's our normal producer, he's up in Georgia doing some work this week, so I know he's watching the webcast instead of producing it. And Mary, his assistant, is in charge tonight down running the board for us. We appreciate that. The rights to this webcast of this regional semifinal game are granted by the FHSAA to the Lakeland football webcast and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening and viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this webcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. All right, Lakeland lined up in the I formation, 2nd and 5. Bowman takes the handoff, and he's inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 9-yard line. It's a little bit of power football right there, Brad.
First down, Dreadnoughts.
Torian Seeley with a tackle for Kathleen. One of the few players to go both ways for Kathleen. So now a timeout by Kathleen. We've run through a lot of timeouts here in the first quarter, Brad, by both teams. We'll take a short commercial break and be back with you. Lakeland, 1st and goal when we come back.
And seniors. Submit your A's and B's to Bartow Ford for your chance to win a new Mustang. Visit DriveFordExcellence.com for official rules. The 25th annual Drive for Excellence with Bartow Ford. We're different and we prove it.
Evaluating data from more than 2.5 million resumes to find you the perfect employee. Staff Builders HR, the science of matching great people with great companies.
Back with you at Bryant Stadium as we heard from one of our sponsors, Bartow Ford. We appreciate their loyal support of the football webcast and Lakeland football. All right, Brad, Lakeland. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Back in the I formation. I think we're going to see some more power football here, Brad. It's a pass.
Wide open.
Touchdown, Dreadnoughts.
Good. That's a great
Darian West with the touchdown. Pass from Ski McWilliams. And Lakeland gets on the board first.
Great adjustment by Ski McWilliams there. They had no coverage. They blew it. They stacked everybody up on the inside, left the wide receiver wide open.
And not to bring up a bad memory for you and all your Kentucky Wildcat alumni that might be watching tonight, but very reminiscent of last year's Gator victory over Kentucky as Florida had 2 touchdowns with uncovered receivers.
You're right. It was the exact same scenario.
Something about Kathleen and Kentucky. If your name starts with K, you forget to cover the receivers. Jay Solenthaler gets the extra point up and good. So your score with 2:04 to go in the first quarter. Lakeland 7, Kathleen 0. Brad, that drive almost exclusively featured DeMarcus Bowman running the ball up until that last play, but then on 1st and goal from the 9, Jadarian West was wide open, and great play called there by Coach Castle, and great accurate pass by Ski McWilliams as he got it out quickly and accurate, and Kathleen had no chance to get there as they had no one on Jadarian West.
3 or 4 runs right up the gut there, and they were clearly focused on the ball coming again. Forgot about the guy on the...
Well, that's a good point. That's what happens when you have a still like DeMarcus Bowman who's just ripping you run after run like that, you can tend to get tunnel vision and be so focused on him you forget about the rest of the team.
It's an example of how you hear it all the time, how important it is to establish the running game so it open up the lanes for the passing game. And I guess that's probably an extreme example of it, because not only did it open it up, they left the guy uncovered. And fortunately, the quarterback stopped at the line of scrimmage. He looked over there, saw nobody there, just stepped back with the ball, tossed it over there. 6 points, easy.
All right, Jay Schoenfeder set to kick off. And it's going to be caught at the 1 yard line, so he's going to have to run it. And he's got a little bit of a hole there, but he gets tackled at the 21 yard line. Jason Hampton with a tackle. So good special teams play there by Jason Hampton. And Kathleen will take over at their own 21 yard line, I believe, as they are trailing for the first time tonight, 7-0 Dreadnoughts. Also want to give a shout out to Coach Baylor's parents. They're watching tonight. Mrs. Baylor is watching in Pennsylvania, and Mr. Baylor is back home in D.C. Glad you guys are watching tonight. Hope you enjoy the game. All right. Kathleen has the ball. Dominique Walker back in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. And there's going to be minimal gain there in that play.
Lloyd Summerall with the tackle.
Jordan Gant, number 33 in the carry. Lloyd Summerall with another tackle. He's having quite a good game tonight, Brad. A couple of tackles and a pass deflection already for the talented senior who's being recruited by the likes of Miami and Florida and other big-time schools.
Making things happen all over the field.
Yes, sir. All right, 2nd and 10. No gain on that play for Kathleen. Quarterback keeper there. And he gets driven back. He's going to get a couple yards of forward progress. But that's going to be 3rd and about 8 now for Kathleen.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. I would imagine if it's against Kathleen, Lakeland might decline it. Let's see who it's against.
It was an illegal use of the hands against Kathleen there. That was away from the ball, just a aggressive type block, using the hands illegally.
Against the Red Devils.
I think Lakeland will accept that penalty, being a 10-yard one, so that's going to march Kathleen back.
Brings up 2nd down and 20.
To their 13-yard line. It'd be 2nd and 20. This Lakeland defense, Brad, it's been dominant all year. The front 7 especially. It's very hard to get anything going on the ground against this Dreadnought defense.
They're physical and they're quick.
Coach Boldini has his troops playing at a high level. Walker takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, but he's under pressure. And he gets tackled by number 99 of the Dreadnoughts. 98, Trey Huntley with the sack. Well, actually, it won't go down as a sack.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
Well, I don't know. Does it count as a sack if it's no gain?
Good question.
I'm not sure. Obviously, if it's a loss, it's a sack. But literally, he got back to the line of scrimmage, so I'm not sure that will go down as a sack or not. But nonetheless, a tackle for Trey Huntley.
And that was good pressure from the Dreadnought front line there. Didn't give the quarterback time to set up. And
that's going to be the last play of the first quarter, Brad.
That is the end of the first
quarter. A quarter dominated by the Dreadnought defense and DeMarcus Bowman. And Lakeland up 7-0 as we head to the 2nd quarter. We'll take a commercial break. Actually, we'll keep it here with you as it's time for the Dreadnought Wave. As Dreadnought fans and players and everybody here at Bryant Stadium will stand and wave over to the Carol Jenkins Barnett floor of the pediatric unit at Lakeland Regional Hospital.
1, 2, 3.
As everybody now is waving up to the patients on the hospital floor, their kids and their families and their doctors and their nurses. As Brad, this is just a great new tradition we have here at Bryant Stadium.
Family to yours.
As you see there, some of the people waving back at us, and we just wish them well, and we keep them in our thoughts and prayers as these kids and families are battling the horrible diseases, Brad.
Yeah, it's a great, thoughtful tradition that was started this year. I was here in the initial night, and you can see over there on the floors of the hospital there, some of the lights are lit up, and in fact, it looks like they're even orange tonight.
2018 FHSA
Pretty cool.
Class 7A football championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida's student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message is provided by the Lakeland Football Webcast and the FHSAA. All right, back with you here. Kathleen, 3rd and 20. Walker takes the snap. He's under pressure, and he gets it off.
Dominic Walker's pass is incomplete.
The pass was intended for Torian Seeley. He could not come up with it. As once again, Walker was under pressure from the front 7 of the Dreadnought defense. It's going to be 4th and 20 now as Kathleen will be forced to punt from inside their 10-yard line. And Brad, once again, Lakeland is poised to get the ball back in excellent field position.
Defense holds true, keeps the pressure on the quarterback, forces the errant throw. 4th down.
As Chris Howard and Finley Graham are back deep to receive this punt from Kathleen. And actually, the Kathleen punter is inside the end zone. This is punting from the orange turf here at Bryant Stadium.
Whoa!
And the ball is snapped over the punter's head. It looked like maybe Lakeland was offside, but no flag. So Lakeland will get credit for the safety in that play. It may not be a bad idea, Brad, because now Lakeland will probably not get the ball in as good a field position, so maybe, who knows, maybe Kathleen did it on purpose, Brad. I don't know if they would do that, but now you get a free kick from your 20-yard line instead of inside your own end zone.
It could be positive for Kathleen, yes. It looked like it was just a cool, crisp night, and the snapper got a little bit too much zip on it.
Yeah.
The jumper didn't.
No doubt about it. And so, of course, as a free kick, the team has the option of punting or place kicking, and it looks like Kathleen is going to punt this ball. No, actually, they decided to go ahead and place kick it. As you see, the tee is tossed on the field, so the Kathleen kicker, number 14, Jared Gonzalez, is lining it up, so they will kick it. I think Lakeland should be ready, needs to be ready for a squib kick, Brad.
Yeah, that's what they did to start the game. We'll see.
So your new score is Lakeland 9, Kathleen 0. Keon Zipper once again feels this squib kick, and he's running inside the 40, inside the 30, and needs to be brought down around the 25-yard line, but there is a flag down as well, so got a feeling it's going to probably be against Lakeland, so they're not going to get the ball in quite as good a field position, as right now they have in great field position as they're almost in the red zone, but there's a flag on their field around the Kathleen 37-yard line. As this is going to be a hold against Lakeland, so
penalty is holding.
Looked like a replay of the very first kickoff to start the game tonight, where they did the squib kick. But number 9, Keon Zipper, who's got great size, great hands, just stepped away, made the field with the ground ball.
That was not an easy punt to field either.
No, that one was coming in quick.
And so Lakeland will still have the ball in Kathleen territory at the Kathleen 46-yard line. Although, Brad, it's only a 10-yard penalty, but of course it's marked off from the spot of the foul. So in reality, it costs Lakeland 21 yards in field position. But nonetheless, Lakeland is in great shape, up by 9, and 1st and 10 at the Kathleen 46-yard line. Ski McWilliams in the shotgun. DeMarcus Bowman lined up to his left. McWilliams, wide receiver screen out to Chris Howard. He lost his balance, was able to regain it, but then gets tackled for a loss of about 2 yards. So that's going to be a 2-yard loss on that pass play. Be second and 12 now for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, that was a good pursuit by the Kathleen player there, Kewan Moore, the 11th grader.
Lost 2 yards, brings up second down and 12.
Normally when it's second and long, you think you got to pass it, but I think now it's DeMarcus Bowman time when it's second and long.
Looks like we may have to run it, Jeff.
Yeah, man, we might have to run the ball. Well said, well said. Big Williams still in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he hands it off to Bowman, who goes up the middle, cuts off to his left, and he is brought down at the 35-yard line of Kathleen. So that's a 13-yard gain, so enough for a Dreadnought first down. Just a great job there, Bowman, who took the handoff right at the middle. So he had some room to his left, bounced it outside, was able to pick up a first down.
13 determined yards earned there by Mr. Bowman.
One of the Kathleen players there grabbed his jersey and was holding on for dear life. If it wasn't for that, he might have got some more yards on that play. Bowman takes the handoff again, this time brought down quickly by Kathleen. Number 41 for Kathleen. Defensive lineman DeAndre Truitt with the tackle.
Play gain a yard, brings up second down and 9.
About a half a yard there, so we'll call it second and 9. Actually, they gave him a full yard, so we'll even call it a second and short 9 here for Lakeland. Trips lined out wide to the right. Big Williams takes it and throws to the left to Keon Zipper, who's wide open. Breaks the tackle before he's brought down by number 4, Bernardio Copeland. That's going to be enough for a Dreadnought first down as we were inside the red zone. First and 10 at the Kathleen 19-yard line.
Nice pitch and catch there by the Dreadnoughts. They spread them all to the wide side, came back, ran a quick slant on the short side.
And Zipper's got that big body. A slant is a nice play to feature Zipper on, don't you think, Brad?
Oh, yeah. You got an athlete like that who really increases the space in which you can get the ball, but that pass was on time, and he kept running, picked up some extra yards.
Big Williams has been pretty accurate with his passes tonight.
Same formation.
Quarterback draw this time for Ski McWilliams. Breaks a tackle before he's brought down by a couple of Kathleen Red Devils. Gets about maybe 2 yards. Quadon Palmer made the tackle along with help from Danny Street for the Red Devils.
Play gain a yard, brings up third down and 8.
So they just gave him 1 yard in that play. So second and 9 for Lakeland. Back in the shotgun is McWilliams. Bowman lined up to his left. And this is going to be Bowman time, Brad. Sure enough, Bowman takes it. No. What a great fake by Ski McWilliams. And he's going to break a tackle and get in the end zone. Touchdown. Dreadnoughts, no flags. McWilliams sure faked me out, Brad. I thought Bowman had the ball, and he fakes out almost the entire Kathleen defense as well. Great.
Couldn't tell if he was making a read or if he decided the last second to, or if that was the play originally, but a great call.
Great ball fake there by Ski McWilliams. I think it was a zone read there. And the whole Kathleen defense shifted to their left, our right. And McWilliams kept it. Then he did a great spin move to break a tackle and was able to get in the end zone. Just a great run by Ski McWilliams as he's bringing his A game tonight as well. That extra point is going to be no good. A rare miss for Jace Hohenthaler as it's just barely wide right. But nonetheless, your new score, Lakeland 15 and Kathleen 0.
Brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnoughts 15 and the Kathleen
McWilliams has more than made up for his risky toss there on the first drive of the game.
I'd say so.
As he has a touchdown pass and a touchdown run. And DeMarcus Bowman has, I'd say, about 60-plus yards of rushing. Has not found the end zone yet, but doing a lot of work to get Lakeland inside the red zone, and Ski McWilliams is taking over for that.
and the Vieira
Yeah, the
Hawks.
last couple drives, they're finding a rhythm. They're being able to run the plays they want, similar formations, little different looks, different plays. A pass on one side, a run, a counter, as we saw in that last touchdown run.
So Jace Hohenthaler is ready to kick off from their own 40-yard line. This kick is going to be fielded around the 6-yard line for Kathleen. He's got a little bit of a room to run there. That's number 23 for Kathleen, but he gets tackled around the 21-yard line. Nice return there by Kendall Dennis, if not spectacular, as he gets out past the 20-yard line. So Brad, if Lakeland wins tonight, they'll be at home next week against the winner of Plant and Vieira. The last score we heard, Plant was up 3-0 in the first quarter. The last couple of years, Brad, we've lost to Plant, but both of those games have been at Plant. And 3 years ago, we lost at Vieira. So the difference this year is Lakeland will have home field advantages. We're at home here throughout the playoffs all the way into the state championship game. If we continue to win as we're the top seed.
First
thing. I take that back. I know we're at home through next week. If we win next week, I'm not for sure if we'll be at home in the state semifinal. I have to get some clarification on that.
I guess it's only the second quarter and we don't want to look ahead, but...
Yeah, right now we got to finish off Kathleen. Of course, I know Coach Castle and the players certainly are not thinking it next week, but as announcers, that's part of our job. We can do that, but just don't tell Coach Castle we're talking about this right now.
But along that note, though, I was going to ask you, who would you prefer the Dreadnoughts played, Vieira or Plant?
I mean, Plant is awfully good.
Yeah, they've got a good ball club, but the last couple playoff losses to Plant have been very frustrating to watch. There we go.
That's a sack
On the play.
for Lloyd Summerall, as he's really making a case to be the defensive player of the game.
Wow.
As he gets Dominique Walker down for a big loss down around the 10-yard line. Is this going to be 3rd and long now for the Red Devils?
Did you see how he just closed that space, gave the quarterback nowhere to go? I mean,
3rd down and 21.
Lloyd Summerall goes 6'4", 240. Very athletic.
3rd and 21 here as Kathleen has to get out to the 31-yard line for a first down. Dominique Walker looking over the sideline to get the play as he's lined up in the shotgun. One back lined up to his right. Here's the snap. He's looking to his left. No one's open, and he gets rid of the ball as he's being tackled, but that's going to be intentional grounding, I believe.
Yeah,
so Kathleen is going to have to punt the ball once again from their end zone as the Dreadnought defense is
tightening the screws at this point. It looks like the defense is really increased the intensity coming off the ball, putting pressure immediately on the quarterback. Everybody was covered. There wasn't a receiver, not 30 yards from the ball.
And just what we thought, intentional grounding, loss of down, so it's going to be 4th and about 26 now for Kathleen.
Penalty was intentional grounding.
As I'm getting some clarification text from Steve Madden, Booster Club president. We will be at home next week if we win tonight, but for us to host the state semifinal, which will be played on November 30th, Lake City Columbia has to lose. If they win tonight and next week, we would have to travel and go up to Lake City Columbia on the 30th of November. But if they get upset tonight or next week, then we will get to host the state semifinal if we win tonight and next week. Kathleen punting from deep in their end zone as he bobbles the snap, and he's not going to get it off. And that's going to be another safety for the Dreadnought Special Teams unit. So 2 more points for the Dreadnoughts, 17-0 now for Lakeland. And once again, I'm not sure that's a bad thing. If Kathleen had got that punt off, Lakeland would have had the ball probably inside the 40 or inside the 30-yard line. Once again, they're going to do a free kick. So it looks like Lakeland has 2 touchdowns and a field goal, but we actually have 2 touchdowns, a missed extra punt, and 2 safeties. An unusual way to get a 17 for you math majors out there. Speaking of math majors, want to give a shout out to my mom and dad who I know are watching tonight. My mom is a math major and longtime math tutor. I know my parents are watching, and probably my brothers, Robbie and Jason, maybe Kevin. Whole family might be watching tonight. Saw my Uncle David here in the stands tonight at Bryant Stadium.
A normal part of high school athletics. A world where you are not afraid to go to practice.
Yeah, special salute to the math majors. My wife is a math major also.
Your wife is a math major?
Nicolette, yes.
Oh, there you go. Nicolette is a math major. Very nice.
Chances are,
So all you Dreadnought fans need to be rooting for Lake City, Columbia to get upset either tonight or next week so we can potentially host a state semifinal game here at Bryant Stadium. But to get back to your question, Brad, who would I rather see next week, Plant or Vieira? I kind of feel like Plant's probably better, and so it might be a tougher matchup. So from that perspective, I won't mind seeing Vieira win, and they would have a little bit longer of a trip over here to Bryant than Plant would.
Right.
But it was, 3 years ago that we lost to Vieira, and so most of these Lakeland players, really none of them, except for I guess the seniors may have been freshmen then, were on that team. But these guys, juniors and seniors, sophomores on the team now, have lost to Plant at least once, if not twice in a row. The last years, I would imagine the players would love to get a shot of payback at Plant next week here at Bryant Stadium.
As a fan, I know I would.
Yeah, absolutely. As Lakeland feels the deep kickoff and runs out to the 40 or 41 yard line. First time tonight that Kathleen's kicked it deep. Chris Howard had a nice return out to around 40 yard line. So this will actually, if you can imagine this, Brad, Lakeland will be starting at their own 40-yard line, which is their worst starting field position of the night, which is pretty good if that's your worst field position of the night at your own 40-yard line. I think Coach Castle will take that.
Yeah, we'll take that. The Red Devils did a lot better when they kicked it deep there.
We have a special message from one of the Pouncey twins playing at Bryant Stadium tonight, wishing the Dreadnoughts well. I'm not sure that was Michael or Marquise, but that's kind of cool. This time a handoff to, no, there was a fumble, but they're going to rule it down. I think, no, they're just ruling it is a fumble, and it was recovered by Kathleen. I can't believe that, Brad. Clearly it seemed like the fumble was caused by the ground. I'm in disbelief that they're going to rule that a fumble. And I don't believe that was Bowman. I believe that was one of the backup tailbacks to have that carry. As the referees are talking about it, let's see if they change this call, because I just thought for sure they were going to rule that not a fumble, but no, they're not going to change it. So Kathleen now, for the first time tonight, has the ball in Lakeland territory. So the Lakeland defense have to stand up tall here. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at the Dreadnought 36-yard line, Brad.
Yeah, the ball looked like it came out late there. We couldn't see him. He had his back to us by that time. But anyway, Red Devils ball.
Dominic Walker takes a stab, and he's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked again. That's the Trail Dream with the sack. He's also assisted on the sack by Jahari Martin and A.J. Thomas. That's a loss of about 7 yards.
6 yards, brings up second down and 16.
I will call it a 6-yard loss, so 2nd and 16 for Kathleen. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly, Brad. I couldn't tell if that was DeMarcus Bowman who had that fumble, or if it was one of the backup tailbacks. I'll have to see if I can get clarification on that.
That was one of the backup tailbacks.
Yeah, it was a 2-digit. I think it was maybe either, let's see here, as Kathleen hands it off. A short gain up to about the 40-yard line.
Martin on the carry.
There's a flag on the play. I'm afraid it's going to be against Lakeland for some extracurricular activity. Let's see. Which would be unfortunate because it would be 3rd and long. But we're going to bail Kathleen out.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Dreadnoughts.
And I think that's going to be enough for a first down. So I think Kathleen's going to get 1st and 10 around the 25 or 26-yard line, Brian. Well, the ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for a first down. If not, it's going to be 3rd and inches. They might have to measure this, Brad. Just an inexcusable penalty by Lakeland there. So this is going to be 3rd and a half a yard for Kathleen.
Yeah, I missed what happened there. It just looked like a strong physical play, and a flag came out at the
It was
end.
a good tackle by Lakeland. I think it was just Lakeland jawing at Kathleen. I don't think it was a late hit. I think it was just unsportsmanlike conduct. Too much taunting or talking, if you will. So now they stopped play. They looked over and said, no, that is enough for a first down. So it will, in fact, be 1st and 10 for Kathleen at the Lakeland 26-yard line. Brad, if Kathleen has any chance of getting in this game, they're down 17-0 here with 5:01 to go in the second quarter. They got to take advantage of this turnover. They got to score her. It's hard enough to get yards against this Dreadnought defense, not to mention points. So when you get the ball and get a field position, you got to capitalize. It's going to be offsides on Lakeland. As Lakeland is doing everything they can, Brad, to help Kathleen stay in this game.
A few unnecessary penalties on either side of the ball so far.
As Lakeland, if Lakeland's fortunate enough to advance past Kathleen tonight, Brad, as we move into more difficult games next week and potentially beyond, we got to clean up these penalties. It's going to really cost you against a better team. Walker takes the snap and hands it off up the middle to number 2, and he's going to score. That's Jakari Morton with a touchdown for the Red Devils as they took the handoff to the up back, and they blocked it well. Nobody for Lakeland even laid a hand on Martin, Brad.
No, right play call, executed, found the hole, picked up 21 yards, pretty much untouched.
Yeah, no team has scored double digits against Lakeland since September, early in the season. And so we'll see if Kathleen's able to get any more points besides this, but they are on the board with 4:25 to go in the second quarter. Now they're on for the extra point, and it is going to be up and good right down the middle. So Kathleen gets a touchdown and cuts the deficit to 10. Lakeland 17, Kathleen 7.
The scoring play was Jakari Martin's 21-yard touchdown run, which brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnoughts 17 and the Kathleen Red Devils 7.
Yeah, that series of plays there is just what Kathleen needed to stay in the game. Things were looking rather bleak as the second quarter unfolded, but now they've got some hope.
In addition to meeting various players and
back in the game, no doubt about it. Tonight's game, the 2018 FHSAA Class 7A Football Championships, is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership in more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. All right, Kathleen set to kick off. Finley Graham and Chris Howard are back deep. There's the kick by Gonzalez. It's fielded by Finley Graham. He runs off to the right. He's got some room to run. And he's going to be out to about the 50-yard line. I don't see any. There is a flag down.
Flag on the play. Good sports programs need good
So instead of having the ball out around midfield, we're going to have the ball probably back inside the 20-yard line, Brad.
Yeah,
another unfortunate penalty for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, Finley Graham fielded that, and they had the ball set up there as he came around to the right side.
I invite you to join the thousands of men and women in the FHSAA contest.
I didn't see the penalty on that one, but another flag. It's going to put them back instead of the 50. Cut it in half back to the 25.
Florida High School Athletic Association office in Gainesville, or visit the official's website at becomeanofficial.org. Penalty was holding against the Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts will take over first down and 10.
As you look out over the field right now, you can tell the Kathleen Red Devils are beginning to have a little belief. The defense is hopping around, seeming to have some excitement. Some momentum is turned in their favor. Let's see who's back at tailback.
And Kathleen gets the ball to start the third quarter. So Lakeland needs to try to put a drive together here and get some more points on the board before halftime. 4:06 to go. Lakeland up 17-7. Like you said, Brad, first time tonight, Kathleen feels like it has some momentum. But maybe not for long as DeMarcus Bowman
on the
takes the
carry.
handoff and gets it about a 12-yard gain out to the 37-yard line.
Play gain 12 yards.
First down for the Dreadnoughts.
First down.
Steve McWilliams gets the play call from Coach Castle. And is back in the huddle now, giving the play to his Dreadnought teammates. I would have to imagine if Bowman doesn't have 100 yards yet, Brad, he's getting close, maybe 80, 85 yards here in the first half for DeMarcus Bowman.
Yeah, I'd expect he'll break that this drive. 1st and 10.
Another false start for the Dreadnoughts. That's number 4 in the first half tonight.
Penalty is a false start against the Dreadnoughts. Dreadnought fans, the Dreadnought Marketplace is still open. Don't miss this opportunity to shop for your holiday gifts. Head to the south end zone and visit the Dreadnought
That's got to be driving
Marketplace.
Coach Castle crazy, Brad. All these penalties.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating first half. As far as the penalties, several unnecessary, and you hate to see when your offensive line pushes you back 5 yards to begin a drive.
Hand off to Bowman, and he is tackled after a short gain, maybe even a loss of a yard or so. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, there's some good restraint there demonstrated by number 51, Alik Senaim.
I think they're going to give him maybe about a 1 yard gain.
2 yards.
Maybe 2, so we'll call it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, the defense for Kathleen's beginning to get a little, you can tell, a little more enthusiasm, and the offensive line did a good job there of restraint and avoiding a penalty after the play there. Still a 2nd down and long.
Well, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. This time Williams fakes the handoff and keeps it, but great tackle there by number 3, Torian Seeley. If he doesn't make that tackle, McWilliams gets maybe 5-10 yards and not more if there was some room to run. But a great ankle tackle there by the senior standout defensive back for Kathleen.
Springer Peterson, thank you for your constant and dedicated support of Dreadnought football.
Okay, Jeff, what do you think?
3rd
down
and 11? I don't know. I think, do you throw the ball or do you just hand out to Bowman and keep the clock moving?
It may be a running situation.
You got man-to-man coverage out there on the right. He's going to pass. He rolls to his left. No one's open, and he's going to get sacked. But that's going to be a face mask, I believe, against Kathleen, as they're going to bail Lakeland out, I believe.
Sack on the play. Also a flag on the play.
I mean, good play there by Kathleen, getting pressure on the quarterback, but I believe that's going to be a face mask. And if it's a personal foul face mask, it's going to be a first down for Lakeland. Let's see if it's a incidental or a personal foul.
Personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul face mask against Kathleen.
Penalty is a personal foul face mask against the Red Devils.
So that's a big play. Instead of getting the ball back with about a minute and a half to go, Kathleen gives Lakeland a first down on the face mask there. Wait, actually, it's not a first down. I guess they're going to say that even though it's 3rd and 11, the penalty is going to be marked off from where the infraction happened at. It was a sack. So instead of being a first down, it's going to be 3rd and a long 1. It's not a dead ball situation, so it is a replay of 3rd down. So 3rd and a long 1 here for Lakeland. Now this, I believe, is DeMarcus Bowman time, Brad. As Kathleen was not really.
Bowman on the carry. Tackled by
As Kathleen was not ready for that play there, Brad. They did not have everyone lined up. And actually, I believe that was DeMarcus Bowman who fumbled it. I think he had to change jerseys. I think his number 3 jersey got torn. Okay. We have a number 34 on the field right now. We don't have a 34 on the roster. So I do think that is Bowman now lined up wearing number 34, so we do have to credit him with that fumble on the last drive.
Okay.
That explains everything.
Yeah, the torn jersey. Yeah,
the old torn jersey. Another flag on the 5th false start against Lakeland tonight. Unbelievable.
False start against the Dreadnoughts. Brings up first down and 15.
I'm going to have a nightmare tonight in my sleep about calling another false start for Lakeland, the 18th false start tonight.
Something to work on this week in practice.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and having nightmares about these false starts. If I know Coach Castle will have a nightmare about that tonight.
Holding on to our 10-point lead, we'll see. Got 50 seconds left in the first half.
So we'll see. Coach Castle might have to air it out here if he wants to
I get
some points.
Timeout.
Timeout, Dreadnoughts.
Coach Castle calls a timeout. I believe it's Lakeland's second timeout of the first half, so I think we have one left.
Yeah, they had some formation problems there, trying to get the right lineup personnel in play, and play clock was ticking down inside 5. Less than a minute to go, wisely calling a timeout to avoid any penalty, and we still have time to move the ball and make a score here.
All right, we'll take a commercial break and be back with you.
Finding qualified staff isn't easy. Sifting through resumes, verifying candidates, conducting interviews, and running a business? Who has time? You need Staff Builders HR. Whether you're looking for 1 person or 500, we don't use hope. We use science, evaluating data from more than 2.5 million resumes to find you the perfect employee. Staff Builders HR, the science of matching great people with great companies.
All right, back with you here at Bryant Stadium. 1st and 15 for Lakeland with 41 seconds to go in the first half. McWilliams takes the shotgun snap, fakes it to the left, and West is covered. He's wanting to get Jadarian West on a kind of a stop and go. Nice block there.
Nice.
And that's a completed pass. Great footwork there by Deshaun Graham. Gets both feet in bounds. That's a catch in high school, college, or the NFL. And just a great play by Ski McWilliams. As the original pattern was a stop and go on the left sideline here. But that was not open. That was to Jadarian West. But then he scrambled to his right, pivoted, came back to his left, and put that ball on a dime, Brad, to Deshaun Graham.
Great job by the receiver, too, to come back and give the quarterback a target to throw to.
26 seconds to go here before halftime. Back in the shotgun is Ski McWilliams, takes a snap, looking downfield, and he has a man open, and is caught, but it's out of bounds. If he had caught it clean, I think he would have been in bounds, but he bobbled it. By the time he got possession of it, Deshaun Graham was out of bounds. So, right call by the referee, but great effort by Deshaun Graham.
Yeah, that's a great job keeping his eye on the ball, catching, but looked like the defender kind of made a play there, and it tipped. Receiver kept his eye on it, but by the time he caught it, was out of bounds.
That would have been one of those plays, Brad. I think if he had done like a back shoulder fade, it would have worked, allowed Graham to come back. The way he threw it allowed the defensive back to kind of get up there and make a play on it.
18 seconds left.
Draw handoff to Bowman. He's got some room on the left sideline, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds at around the 29-yard line. So that's going to be 3rd and about 2 with 13 seconds to go. And I don't think we have we have one timeout left, so we can throw the ball over the middle and call timeout if we want, and potentially get a Jace Hohenthaler field goal before the half. Yeah, right now it'd be a 46-yarder, which is probably just a little bit out of his range. I think he might commit that. So it'd be interesting to see if Coach Castle kind of goes for the end zone or goes for maybe a 10-yard gain over the middle and try to set up a potential field goal. It's 3rd and 2 here for Lakeland. Ski McWilliams in the shotgun. Actually under center, excuse me. Fake to Bowman. The pass is to Jadarian West out to the left. He's going to get a first down out to around the 23-yard line. Only 6 seconds to go. So you're going to have time for one more play. I mean, maybe 2 more, but I don't really think so. So the question is going to be, well, first of all, did they mark him out of bounds or did they mark him inside? Because if they marked him, tackled him inside, they're going to have to burn this timeout right now. And Lakeland does call the final timeout. So the situation is 1st and 10 at the Kathleen 22-yard line. You have 6 seconds to go, and now no timeouts left. So Brad, your options are essentially one play left. Do you want to you kind of basically throw it in the end zone, or do you kick an attempted 39-yard field goal? You only have 10, so the field goal will make it a 13-point game, but it's still less than it's still a 2-touchdown game. I think if you have confidence in Hohenfeld, I think you kick it. But if you're not sure if he has this kind of range on a cold night, I say you probably go for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's still...
It's not really even a Hail Mary because you have the 22-yard line, so I mean, you can run a play or you don't have to just throw it up or anything.
Fairly long field goal. It's the last play of the half, most likely, unless there's a penalty. I think I'd be looking for number 9, Keon Zipper. I'm sure they got something designed to go weak side. Hang it high, put some air under it, let him be an athlete, see if he can snatch it out of the sky and score the touchdown. But we'll see what Coach Bill Castle's dialed up.
Vieira 18, Plant 10.
Wow, Vieira's up on Plant now, 18-10. Vieira up by 8 on Plant. All right, so Lakeland is elected not to kick a field goal. You got trips lined up to your left, and you got
the trips
one out to the right. Jadarian West in single coverage. I would imagine you'd see a fade here to West, although now you have Graham going out to the right as well. Ski McWilliams is going to throw it up deep in the end zone, and it is incomplete.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag. If it's against Kathleen, Lakeland will get one more play because the half of the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So Lakeland might get an untimed play here. Let's see.
No, that's half. Holding on the offense.
Lakeland holding. So that would be the last play of the first half.
It looked like he was looking for number 9, Keon Zipper, across the back of the end zone.
I don't like that play call. You just put up in the middle. And he got a chance to kind of throw a fade out to Jadarian West. I'm a little surprised that play call, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the difference was they ran the trips to the short side. They had that broad side of the field, single-man coverage out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for the Princesses of Precision.
But your score at halftime, Lakeland 17, Kathleen 7. A much closer game than the game that was played 3 weeks ago at Kathleen, a 50-0 victory for Lakeland. So we're going to watch the Anchorettes perform as they're taking the field and getting ready to do their thing. And after that, we'll have a commercial break. And then we'll be back with you as the Harry Seafood halftime show rolls on tonight.
Whitney Dreyer, and Asia Ellis. Let's give a big round of applause for the Dreadnought Anchorettes.
Drop it like it's hot. Back it up. Hey, back. Drop it like it's hot. Now stop. Then wiggle with it. Yeah. Stop. Then wiggle with it. Yeah. Stop. Then wiggle with it. Yeah. Stop. Drop it like it's hot. Cause I got it going on. Back what's up? Everybody love me, I'm so fly. Ladies throw the deuces every time I ride by. I hope you wonder why. I'm so cool. Don't ask me, just do what you do. Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down. Meet me in the club, it's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down. Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. Get low, get low. Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down.
seniors. Submit your A's and B's to Bartow Ford for your chance to win a new Mustang. Visit DriveForExcellence.com for official rules. The 25th Annual Drive for Excellence with Bartow Ford. We're different, and we prove it.
This is what you expect.
Well, don't worry. The whole family's gonna like this. It's not gonna be here tomorrow, I'll tell you that much. It's beautiful. Oh, don't worry about that. We'll fix it. We're gonna handle everything.
And this is a different experience.
Welcome to Regal.
Finding qualified staff isn't easy. Sifting through resumes, verifying candidates, conducting interviews, and running a business? Who has time? You need Staff Builders HR. Whether you're looking for one person or 500, we don't use hope. We use science, evaluating data from more than 2.5 million resumes to find you the perfect employee. Staff Builders HR, the science of matching great people with great companies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dreadnought Drumline.
good times, and all the flavor of New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill.
Few law firms can pinpoint an exact moment that inspired its founding purpose. For Smith, Fedler, and Smith, it was 1942 when H. Guy Smith's uncle was paralyzed after a fall in a sawmill. He died 14 months later, leaving behind a family in need. The loss inspired Smith to found his law firm to fight for the rights of workers, the injured, and their families. To this day, Smith, Fedler, and Smith remains committed to his mission. Smith, Fedler, and Smith.
Person or 500, we don't use code, we use science. Evaluating data from more than 2.5 million resumes to find you the perfect employee. Staff Builders HR, the science of matching great people with great companies.
Thank God I'm a Dreadnought. You know, in life you're born rich or poor, healthy or unhealthy, black, white, brown, red or yellow. And I won't dispute any of those attributes. But there's been no character shifter for me. Pride, passion, Nelly Secundus, second to none. You know, since I've lived there, they've added a few more high schools to the city and the area, but I don't care if they add 100 more high schools. If you grew up in Lakeland, and in some instances throughout the state, you dream, whether it's black and orange, to be like David Williams, McCoy, McRoy, Peace, Rainey, Baker, Buford, Wallace, Clark, Stevenson, the Pounceys, to compete with the best and to be the best. To play for a legend. A man who they said couldn't win the bid. But 6 state championships and 2 national titles later, he's voted coach of the century. And how to get there? And he's demanded the same effort from each and every one of his players year in and year out. He teaches you how to become a champion. You learn the resilience, the relentlessness, and the total dedication necessary to be a winner in life and on that football field. You know, part of my confidence to this day is in knowing that I'm a Dreadnought. Knowing what this program and what this school is all about. So to the Booster Club, you've got to be America's greatest support system.
All right, back with you here at the Harry Seafood Halftime Show. We have a special guest tonight, Charlie Bird, former Lakeland High School player and alum. Charlie, good to have you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. And we were just discussing you graduated in 1988.
I did.
Classmate with Brad Smith, right?
Yeah, I played with Brad Smith and a lot of the guys.
All right, so you were a tight end on the state championship team in 1986, Coach Castle's first state championship team.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
a little bit about that season and how special it was winning a state championship.
You know, one thing that stands out about that team is we went in with a lot of high expectations, and we had a super good tailback, and he wound up getting hurt and broke his ankle, and we had another guy that really hadn't played a lot of running back. He came in, and he had a speedster, and then when the guy that came in, Earl Mothersill, we really changed the whole game. We're typically a running team, trap option power, kind of like the old Washington Redskins. When Earl came before that, we ran a lot of draws and speed options and stuff, and kind of used a lot more speed. And also that kind of opened up Shane Willis. He really came on in the passing game. He had a ton of yards when he played at Kathleen, and then he came over to us, and kind of like that transition of Cameron McAlvin breaking his leg kind of put our team into a whole nother realm of offense. So that's what kind of stands out about that. Real big guys, strong. The running backs were 210, 215 apiece, hit like freight trains.
So you guys had to adjust a little bit because of the injury. You kind of changed your style of offense.
We did. Mike Marshall's, he broke his leg. He was playing left tackle, and then we had another guy come in. And he was a little better pass blocker, not as good as a run blocker. And, that kind of limited things. And when we started in the playoffs, Mike got injured right before the playoffs. So we went through, 4 games with a whole new left tackle. And, it was those guys were ready to step up. They trained us really, really well. So it worked out good.
I know you yourself switched to running back. You said your senior year. How was that transitioning from tight end to running back?
It was a lot different. I wasn't blocking defensive ends and tackles anymore. When Brad came in, he was more of a drop back passer than what Shane was. So we didn't rely on the trap option game a whole lot. Of course, we had Shannon Baker, who was really, really fast, and we utilized him. It was more of a screen game, maybe. The old power O that we ran that quite a bit, but it was a completely different offense than when we were 11th grade.
I gotcha. Coach Castle always evolving his offense from run heavy to pass heavy. I mean, over the years, his offense has looked different at times, obviously from year to year. What are your thoughts about the team this year and how the offense looks, and about DeMarcus Bowman?
That kid is very, very fast. He looks, I haven't got to see him up close. He looks like he's probably weighs, 180, 185, super fast. And Coach Castle's going to use that. I've seen he's running that stretch sweep and a lot of other things.
He appears to be the whole package at the tailback position.
He's good. I've seen they got a couple other guys who can catch. They have a big tight end. Line looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Zipper, the tight end. You played tight end in the state championship team. What do you think about big number 9?
He doesn't play in tight a lot. It's kind of hard to tell. He split out quite a bit. I did split out a little bit, but I usually played in. And I was kind of like, a little trick card that Coach Castle had in his pocket, because he would set the defense up. And usually every touchdown I had, I didn't even get a touch. It was, 30, 40, 50 yards plus. So, he, like you said, the offense has evolved. But I saw the tight end catch one pass, but I haven't seen him play all year, so it's hard to say.
So I always like to ask former Lakeland High School players this when I interview them. Did you have any idea in your mind back then you won his first state championship team about 10 or 11 years into his coaching career at Lakeland? In your wildest dreams, did you think 32 years later he'd still be coaching here and he'd be the legend that he is?
Yeah, I remember he came in, and I think it was his maybe 7th or 8th year. He started with Wayne Peace and came in, and he really built that team up. And I think the 86 team was basically a conglomeration of a lot of streets that had been paid by his players.
Building up to that,
yeah. Yeah, it really was. It was, when we got to the playoffs, he never took his foot off the gas. He didn't let us coast. He was foot down the whole time, no brakes. We were hitting like freight trains all the time, never let up, and it paid off.
So now you've been in law enforcement for 23 years. You're just telling me currently out at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Talk about your job there a little bit. And what, if anything, that you learned from Coach Castro just playing the game of football that carries over to your job now?
I learned basically I take a couple things from Coach Castro. One, cheaters never win. And, you know, if you get cheap shotted, you can't, you know, do things illegal and immoral and stuff like that to try to get back somebody. You know, you're just going to have to, you know, take it as it comes. And, you know, I remember he was a very, very big disciplinarian. And, you know, there's no talking at practice, no talking to the other team when we were playing. And, you know, he had a finely tuned machine. I tell you, it was we were deathly afraid to do anything wrong because we didn't want to lose our spot or get yanked out of the game. And it happened just like that, too.
And you're a K-9 officer, is that right?
I'm in charge of the K-9 unit.
Okay.
We have 20 guys, 20 dogs, and it's a high liability unit. And
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a lot of work. You know, you just can't get a dog and, you know, he rides around in the truck. He does what you tell him to, and he comes back. It's 6-8 months of work.
Are the dogs mainly German Shepherds, or?
They're German Shepherds, Malinois mixes. They call them X-dogs. We have a Dutch Shepherd. Then we have a couple single-purpose dogs, a Lab and a German Shorthair Pointer.
Okay. Very nice. Well, thank you for your service to the community and law enforcement, and thanks for being our guest tonight in the Harry Seafood Halftime Show.
All right,
Charlie
thanks for having me.
former Lakeland High School state champion.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll take a commercial break and be back with you with the second half.
Charlie's saved one of the worst possible plays that ever happened. It's losing to Kathleen. Our senior year was 4th out of 10. Yeah, we should have talked about that. We put past the flag, took up. The last one we pulled out. We were down about 10 points before.
Torian Seeley on the kickoff return, tackled by Khalil Crawford. The Red Devils will take over, first down and 10. First down and 10 from the Red Devils' 24-yard line.
Okay, new half.
Yeah, new half. Nice interviewing Charlie Broad, one of your high school classmates there.
Yeah, it's great seeing Charlie. Down from Jacksonville. Long-time police officer up in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Also, Charlie's responsible for saving one of the worst things that could ever happen as a Dreadnought, and that is losing to the Red Devils.
Yes, that is true.
In 1987, he caught a pass on a 4th down play and cut up the sideline, ran 25 yards for a score in the last minute of the game.
Wow. Hopefully we won't need any kind of those heroics tonight.
Let's hope not. Let's hope we find our course here this second half and get a rhythm throughout and avoid the penalties. Nothing doing there.
Torian Seeley on the carry.
Kathleen tried a little option pitch there, but Lakeland strung it out and got him out of bounds. Minimal gain, if any, there.
I think he lost yardage on that one.
Play lost 3 yards.
All right,
Brings up
3-yard
second
loss.
down and 13.
All right, so right now our score graphic is currently not working. But as you know, at halftime it's 17-7, and we're in the early stages here of the third quarter, so Lakeland's still up by 10. Second and 13. Another risky late pitch there by Kathleen, but Walker gets away with it.
Tackled by Jahari Martin.
A 1 yard loss that time, so Kathleen going the wrong direction, Brad. This will bring up third and 14.
Brings up third down and 14.
Yeah, the Dreadnoughts are getting past the line of scrimmage and disrupting plays in the backfield like they did that time. Quarterback got away with one there. That was a risky flip. He did it to avoid a worse loss than what happened.
Flag on the play.
Looks like a delay of game call against
Flag
the
on
Red
the play.
Devils.
Delay of game against the Red Devils.
They're going the wrong direction, Brad. It looks like they might be getting another opportunity to avoid a safety when you have the punt from your end zone. We'll see if they can get their third safety here, maybe, if they can hold him on this third down play. 3rd and 20 now. Walker takes a snap. He looks to his left. No one's open. He's going to get sacked.
Dominique Walker on the keeper. Tackled by Trey Huntley.
Trey Huntley with a sack, along with some help from... Well, actually, I'm not sure. It will not be a sack as he gains about 2 yards. So 2 yard gain on the scramble by Dominique Walker. Trey Huntley and Jahari Martin with a tackle for Lakeland, Brad. So the Lakeland defense holds strong, and they are poised to get the ball back in excellent field position once again. He gets this punt off, and actually a pretty good punt this time for Kathleen, although it's fielded right at midfield by Finley Graham. He fakes to the right, out to his left, inside the 30, inside the 20. He's got some blockers, but he's going to finally get knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. So Lakeland takes over in the red zone, Brad.
Beautiful. Beautiful return, beautiful blocking.
Yeah, great job there by Finley Graham. He kind of faked to the right, put his foot in the dirt, and then went off to the left and had all kind of green room in front of him towards the Kathleen sideline. That was a good punt by Kathleen, but not a lot of hang time, and so it set up a return for Finley Graham.
Good example of what you can do when you have speed.
Yes, sir. So 1st and 10 at the Kathleen 17-yard line.
Flag on the play.
Can we go for number 6, Brad? Can we go for our 6th false start of the night? What is this flag? No, this time offsides against Kathleen, so that's
against the Red Devils.
Good. I thought we were going to have another false start.
Okay, things are already beginning to turn in our favor.
Yes, that's a good sign. Maybe, it looks like Coach Castle maybe got that addressed at halftime on the whole false start situation.
Let's hope.
Yes, we can only hope so.
Wow, look how wide they're split out.
Big Williams under center, hands it off to Bowman, number 34, and he's going to get inside the 10-yard line, down close to the 5, brought down around the 7-yard line. For those of you wondering why is DeMarcus Bowman wearing number 34, if you were not with us there in the second quarter, his normal number 3 jersey got torn, and so he's had to put on a different jersey. So for the rest of the night, DeMarcus Bowman is number 34.
Play gain 5 yards and results in a first down.
So it was 1st and 5 after the offsides, and DeMarcus Bowman got 5 yards. So now it's 1st and goal from around the 7-yard line. Under center is Ski McWilliams. He's going to hand it to the up back. It was linebacker Jahari Martin, who moonlights as a fullback. And touchdown, Dreadnoughts. Jahari Martin with the power run from the 7-yard line, Brad.
Power run is right, Jeff. They didn't have anybody out on the flank or on either side. They just lined them up, stacked the backfield 3 deep, ran it right up the gut. Jahari Martin found pay dirt.
DeMarcus Bowman's probably starting to wonder, what do I have to do to get a touchdown tonight? He does most of the work, and then his teammates have been hitting pay dirt.
The point after attempt is no good. The Dreadnought scoring
The
drive.
PAT no good by Jay Solenthaner. I thought he snuck it through, but it was apparently no good. The snap was bad, and it delayed the rhythm of timing for Solenthaner. And the holder did a good job of getting it down, but it just messed his timing up, and unfortunately unable to convert the PAT for the second time tonight. So your score with 8:25 to go in the third quarter, Lakeland 23, Kathleen 7. So 16-point lead for the Dreadnoughts. So Kathleen is preparing to receive the kickoff from Jay Solenthaner. And toe meets leather. The line drive kickoff caught by Kathleen around the 5-yard line. And Dennis ran up to about the 20, then tried to cut to the right, and he got tackled.
Tackled by
Antonio Ware, the defensive back for Lakeland, also playing special teams tonight. A good job by the kickoff coverage unit for Lakeland.
Tonight in the third quarter, Robert E. Lee 31, Columbia 7.
Wow, what a big score. Robert E. Lee is taking it to Lake City, Columbia tonight by a score of 31-7 in the second half. So if that score holds, then that would open up the bracket for Lakeland, and Lakeland would be able to stay at home through the state semifinal if we're fortunate enough to keep on winning, Brad. That is great news for Dreadnought fans.
Surprise, yes.
Walker with a quick pass out to the sideline, and the Kathleen receiver fakes out the Dreadnought quarterback, and he's going to get about a 36-yard gain. Donovan Carr with the big gain. It was a short pass. He just put a little juke move on the Lakeland cornerback, and 37 yards later, that's the biggest play from scrimmage tonight for the Red Devils, Brad.
Yeah, well executed, simple out route, pitch and catch, make a move, big game.
So Kathleen 1st and 10 at the Dreadnought 45-yard line. Wow, what a tackle there.
Jakari Martin on the carry, tackled by P.J. Sloan.
Number 10, P.J. Sloan, darted through the line and got Jakari Martin down for about a 3-yard loss. That's the second and third time tonight, Brad, that we've been able to get the Kathleen running back down 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So once again, that front 7 getting it done for the Dreadnought D.
Tackle for loss.
TFL, a defensive coordinator's best friend.
Here we go, they ran a blitz.
That's going to be an incomplete pass, as that was definitely a forward pass. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 now for Kathleen.
Yeah, Lakeland ran a delayed linebacker blitz from the weak side that time. Forced the quarterback to get rid of the ball very quick, resulting in an incomplete pass, bringing up the 3rd down.
The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA. Walker in the shotgun, 3rd and long. He hands it off to Seeley, and he's going to get tackled. And he fumbles, but Kathleen recovers it.
Great open field
I believe
tackle
that was
there.
number 33, Jalen Taylor, the senior cornerback for Lakeland. I think he hurt his shoulder making the tackle. It looks like his right arm is kind of dangling. I hope he didn't get hurt too bad, but he may have, I don't know, popped his shoulder out or dislocated something as the trainers are talking with him. Not a good sign for Jalen Taylor. He's shaking that right arm. Maybe it's just a stinger.
Yeah, he
Doesn't appear to be too bad as he's picked his helmet up now with that arm. So
he was in the open field there and threw that shoulder out there, that arm.
yeah, great open
chopped.
field tackle. You're right, Brad.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a little bruise, a little
Much
soreness
better hang
there.
time that time for the Kathleen punter, and Lakeland Chris Howard calls fair catch, so they're going to take over around their own 17-yard line. The worst field position that Lakeland's had so far tonight. 6:23 to go in the third quarter. Lakeland leading 23-7.
That was a great punt by the Kathleen punter there. Had nice height on that, no chance for return.
So third quarter water break. We'll take a commercial break and be back with you. Lakeland up 23-7.
Hosted by the Central Florida Sports Commission. The intense action takes place at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, December 6th through the 8th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA.
So we'll keep it with you here. And I'll read you this, another announcement from the FHSAA. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2018 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.org, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.org. All right. McWilliams takes a snap, hands it to Marcus Bowman, who goes to his right and darts back towards the middle and picks up about 8 yards or so on a nice play.
DeMarcus Bowman on the carry.
Nice run.
By Kendall Dennis.
Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.fhsaa.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. So actually just a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 now for the Dreadnoughts. McWilliams back under center, I formation. Bowman gets the handoff, runs out to his right, cuts back to the left just a little bit, and then fumbles again, but fortunately this time, fumbles out of bounds. It'll be a Dreadnought first down. Brad, it seems like DeMarcus is not like this number 34 jersey. He's fumbled a couple times since he had to change jerseys, and you normally don't see fumbles by Bowman.
Yeah, maybe the new number has him a little bit thinking about things, but I don't think so. He's still running with confidence as always. That ball was just popped out there as he was heading to the sidelines, and I would still like to see the replay on that original fumble.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that was a fumble either. All right, back in the I formation. McWilliams this time hands it to the up back.
Quick hitter.
That's the
Adrian Ellefson on the carry.
Adrian Ellefson, the fullback. Gets about 4 yards or so.
Tackled by Peter Edwards.
So we'll call it 2nd and 4.
6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4.
Ball just inside the 46-yard line. They're back in the shotgun for the first time on this series. McWilliams has Bowman to his left, fakes the handoff, and runs right in the middle. McWilliams has a big gain. He's got a lot more green inside the 30, inside the 20, and he's out of bounds around the 19-yard line.
Steve McWilliams on the keeper. Flag on the play.
Beautiful run. Looks like they're going to have a unnecessary roughness call against Lakeland there at the end. There was a block.
So the question would be, will it be
36 yards
after the play or as part of the play? Dead ball or live? Let's see what they say. Actually, it might be against Kathleen. Let's see. Personal foul against Kathleen. So we'll take that. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal. So that's going to be 1st and goal about the 9-yard line or so.
We will take that. There was a collision there as the quarterback was going at it. And perhaps it was the Kathleen player that kind of leaned in.
It's all about perspective, Brad.
Hey, I agree with the perspective. And just the way that first half went there, it was, Dreadnoughts doing a lot better job keeping the intensity level up and keeping the concentration going, avoiding the big penalties, avoiding the unnecessary offsides, that type of thing.
Penalty results in first down and goal from the 9-yard line.
First and goal for Lakeland from the 9-yard line. 4:46 to go in the third quarter. McWilliams lined up under center. Power formation here. It's going to go back to the fullback again. I think that's Ellison again.
Jahari Martin on the carry.
No, Jahari Martin, excuse me. Gets the carry, gets maybe 2 yards, 1.5 or so. Second and goal now from around the 7-yard line.
Play gained a yard, brings up second down and goal from the 8.
Second goal from the 8, back in the power formation.
Flag on the play.
False start on the Dreadnoughts. Number 6 of the game, I believe now.
I should have been quiet about that.
For those of you scoring at home, that's number 6 on the false start count.
Brings up second down and goal from the 13-yard line.
So now second and goal from the 13. So that probably changes, change the play call here, Brad. Second and goal from the 13 now.
We'll see.
Bowman takes the handoff, and he's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown! Dreadnoughts. As you see Bowman doing the Gator chomp, Brad, after the touchdown. That makes Gator fans happy.
That's just a...
Bowman says, finally, I get a touchdown. Enough of those power handoffs. Give me the ball, Coach Castle. And he took the handoff from McWilliams and got out around the right end and was able to get in the end zone just inside the pylon here in the southwest corner of Bryant Stadium.
Great blocking that time by the tight end. And
that time the PAT. I swear to you, Brad, that PAT to me looked like it was right down the middle. I'm starting to think my vision's failing me because I could have sworn it was right down Broadway and they just said it was no good. I don't know if it was the angle we're on or what, but wow, another missed extra point for Jace Hohenthal, which is surprising. He's normally almost like automatic. But your score now, 29 for the Dreadnoughts and 7 for the Red Devils. So Lakeland has got themselves some breathing room here in the third quarter, Brad, up 22 now. So still not, certainly the game's not over, but Dreadnoughts can feel a little more comfortable than they did at halftime, only up by 10.
it does feel comfortable to be up 29-7. You can definitely say you see room for improvement. Perhaps they're taking this game, it's probably difficult as a player coming off a team you beat 3 weeks ago, 50-0, and then have to turn around and play them again. A little trickery here.
And that did not work as they're going to only get out to about the 15-yard line. So they're going to be starting from deep inside their own territory again. And that's been a theme of this whole night, Brad, is Lakeland's had very good starting field position and Kathleen's had very bad starting field position.
The Red Devils take over first down and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
So it looks like...
Fans, please direct your attention to the black Dreadnought flags located at the entrance of the stadium. These flags are flying in memory of Dr. Bob Petty.
So Kathleen lines up with trips to the left and one receiver out wide right, and Walker is in the shotgun. Takes the snap and hands off to his running back, Number 2, Jakari Martin, he gets out just past the 20, so about a 5 or 6 yard gain for the Red Devils.
Tackled by Lloyd Summerall. Play gain 6 yards, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Lloyd Summerall with another tackle for the Dreadnoughts. Walker keeps it, and he's out past the 25-yard line. And it looked like to me, Brad, they could have called the Kathleen receiver for a block in the back as he pushed the Dreadnought cornerback. But no call on that, and that's going to be enough for a Kathleen first down.
Yeah, some instances you can let some of that stuff slide. Kathleen picks up the first down. You know, something we kind of talked about just only a few days ago. Lakeland beat this team 50-0. It's got to be challenged as a coach.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about
and as
that.
a player to keep the same level of intensity to come into a game like this.
I definitely expected this to be a much tougher ball game than the one 3 weeks ago. No doubt about that, Brad. So now our score graphic is working again. Although the time isn't on there, but you see Lakeland up 29-7. We have 1:59 to go here in the third quarter. Plant has come back and scored 15 unanswered points. They're leading Vieira 25-18 now.
Oh, wow.
2nd and 9 for Kathleen. Hands it off to the running back, and he breaks a tackle, and then they get him down. There might be a face mask on the Dreadnoughts. Let's see. I thought the initial tackle that he broke it looked like a face mask, but
tackled by Jahari Martin.
It could have been a hold too from where it was thrown out, but yeah, it is a hold against Kathleen. So I figured it had to be the face mask of the hold, and for Dreadnought fans, good news, a hold against Kathleen. So
penalty is holding.
Going to be 2nd and long now for Kathleen.
Both teams playing very physical in the trenches. Both getting after it.
Brings up 2nd down and 20.
Walker takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, and throws out to his right and has a man open. It's going to be a short gain as long as they get him on the ground, and the Dreadnoughts do get the Red Devil receiver on the ground.
Pass was complete to Andrew Manning.
Andrew Manning made the catch for Kathleen. And he was brought down by several Dreadnought defenders.
Play gain 5 yards, brings up 3rd down and 15.
All right, 3rd and 15 now. Brad, let's see what Kathleen can draw up for that. And once again, they're facing having to punt from deep in their territory if they cannot convert this long 3rd down. There's the snap. He throws out to his left for a wide receiver screen. This time they get him on the ground.
Dominique Walker's pass is
good job there by Khalil Crawford and Kayshawn Nixon with the tackle. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. A good quarter for the Dreadnoughts as they get 12 points to 0 for Kathleen in the third frame. So your scores, we head to the fourth quarter. Lakeland 29, Kathleen 7. We'll take a commercial break and be back with you for the conclusion of tonight's game.
Join us on the field in Bryant Stadium to watch the movie Elf on the Jumbotron. This is a fun way to start the holidays with your family and friends. This event is open to the entire community, so everyone is welcome. Tickets are $3 in advance and $5 at the gate. The gates will open at 6 o'clock and the movie begins at 7 p.m. A fantastic concession stand will also be available, so come on out and join us. Hey fans, it's your team, it's your time, so why not save time? and avoid the hassle of waiting in line. No need for cash. Buy your tickets online at gofan.co.
Finding
That's
qualified staff isn't easy.
GO-FAN.
Sifting through resumes, verifying candidates, conducting interviews, and running a business? Who has time? You need Staff Builders HR. Whether you're looking for one person or 500, we don't use hope. We use science, evaluating data from more than 2.5 million resumes to find you the perfect employee. Staff Builders HR, the science of matching great people with great companies.
We're back with you here at Bryant Stadium as Kathleen just barely got the punt off, and it goes out of bounds at their own 47-yard line. So Lakeland's going to have great field position once again. First and 10 at the Kathleen 47-yard line.
FHSAA football championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, fueling the future. Mainlight Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA. Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA.
So Lake City, Columbia has scored a touchdown and got it to 17-point deficit, 31-14. But Robert Lee still up as McWilliams scrambles all around, breaks a tackle. He's got a lot of running room now. And he's going to chuck it downfield, and it's going to be caught.
He caught it!
Wow, what a play by Keon Zipperer. There's a flag. I think they're going to say he was just past the line of scrimmage. I thought he pulled up and was able to throw the ball right at the 47-yard line, but it looks like they're going to say that he threw it from the 46, and it's going to be an illegal forward pass. That unfortunately negates the play of the night by the Dreadnought offense. An unbelievable athletic performance by Ski McWilliams to scramble and break a tackle, and then a great catch by Keon Zipperer, but it'll all go for naught as the referees say he threw the ball from the 46-yard line, and the line of scrimmage, of course, at the 47. That was a close play, Brad. I wish we had a replay where we could see that, but very, very close play there. So it's just a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so now it's going to be second and... Because it lost it down on that penalty, so it'll be second about 14 now.
Brings up second down at 14.
But what a great play, though, Brad.
That was great athleticism there by the Dreadnought quarterback. Ski McWilliams. A little bit of wizardry there, escaping that. Then have the presence of mind to look downfield. Zipper made a play on the ball, came back for it, made the catch.
Bowman takes the handoff and gets past one defender, then does a spin move and gets down inside the 45-yard line to the 42. So that's going to bring up third and about 5, but now there's multiple flags down. And another flag, so I got a feeling this is going to be offsetting penalties, but we'll see. I want to give a shout out to Bill Cruz, watching the game tonight out in Texas, a high school classmate of my Uncle David's. Uncle David told me there down in the stands tonight that his friend Bill was watching Texas, so hopefully you're enjoying the game, Bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, while the officials are sorting this out, please direct your attention to the banners surrounding Bryant Stadium. Lakeland High School would like to thank our community sponsors for
the referees are having a long meeting here, Brad, trying to
get
everything straight. I hope there's not an ejection, but they're taking notes. If anybody is getting multiple, it's the second personal foul or whatever, you could potentially be dealing with an ejection, excuse me, and that would mean potentially having to sit out next week. So hopefully there not be any ejections involved for Lakeland players, because if so, that would be extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, let's hope not. The refs are getting a little aggressive, it seems like, with the flags. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on down there. But they apparently felt there's 2 penalties. At least there's 2 flags out there.
As you can see, the referee explaining to Coach Castle and some other members of the coaching staff and the team what those flags are all about.
In other 7A playoff action tonight, first the penalties. They're offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. There's an additional unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Dreadnoughts.
So offsetting personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct, and then an additional one that will be marked off against Lakeland.
Action tonight in the fourth quarter, Plant 25, Vieira 18.
So Plant is still up 25-18 on Vieira now in the fourth quarter. And as I mentioned a while ago, Columbia did score a touchdown, but they're still trailing by 17 to Robert Ely, 31-14, which if you're a Dreadnought fan, you definitely want Robert Lee to win that game. And if they do, then Lakeland will be at home the rest of the playoffs as long as they keep on winning. So now it's going to be 3rd and 20 for Lakeland after that unsportsmanlike conduct play, Brad. McWilliams will hand the ball off to Bowman. And Bowman gets just maybe a short gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3. So Lakeland will have to punt. With 10:45 to go in the fourth quarter, up by 22 points. So at this point, if you're Lakeland, you just got to avoid the turnovers, play good defense, and try to get this clock down to all zeros as quick as possible. Get home and start getting ready for next week.
That's right.
Avoid any injuries, avoid any ejections, or any such bad things that could potentially mar this game.
Any win is beautiful, and right now we've got 22-point lead.
Jason Thaner gets that punt off. Not an especially good one, but it will take a little bit of a roll, and Lakeland will down it at the 25-yard line.
Punt is down to the 25-yard
Cadell Hall
line.
with the honors of
Where
downing
the
it.
Red Devils will take over, first down and 10. In other 7A playoff action in the third quarter, Robert E. Lee 31, Columbia 14.
All right, so Kathleen with the ball, 10:03 to go in the game from their own 25-yard line. Walker takes the snap and hands it off to Martin, I believe.
Jakari Martin on the carry.
He gets 1 yard out to the 26-yard line.
Crawford.
Tackled by Khalil Crawford and some of his good Dreadnought friends.
And the clock continues to roll.
Yes, it does.
Play gained a yard. Brings up second down and 9.
These 29 points, Brad, are probably the fewest I think Lakeland scored in quite some time. Give the Kathleen defense credit. They played pretty well tonight.
They did step it up.
A lot of the penalties, of course, have hurt Lakeland as well. This is Tim's favorite part of the game when they play horse, Brad. He'd be smiling if he was here tonight. And Walker's under pressure again and gets sacked. There's a flag. That time he was sacked by Latrell Jean. Looked like Trey Huntley was in on it too. Let's see what the flag's going to be here. Going to get Lakeland for a face mask on the sack. It's just going to be a first down for Kathleen on the personal foul face mask. 9:07 to go in the ball game. Lakeland clinging to a 22-point lead. Glad to hear that my brother Robbie, my older brother, is watching the game tonight. He's up in New York getting ready to fly tomorrow. He's a pilot for JetBlue.
Brings up second down and 1
He's in his, probably in his pilot crash pad, getting ready to go to work tomorrow morning. Glad you're watching from the Big Apple. Walker hands it off to Martin. He's going nowhere. As a matter of fact, he'll probably lose a yard. As Brad, this Lakeland front seven is so hard to run on. And tonight, they're really showing you that.
Yeah, they closed down any opportunity for him to get through the line of scrimmage at
Play
that
lost
time.
a yard, brings up 3rd down and 2.
This time Walker fakes it and Martin keeps it. And that's a little bit better for Kathleen.
Tackled by A.J. Thomas and Q Hall.
First down for Kathleen.
Play gain 6 yards and results in a Red Devils first down.
Walker looking to pass. He's under pressure again. He's pretty much been under pressure the entire night.
Walker sacked on the play.
Lloyd Summerall will get credit for the sack that time, as he's having a whale of a game. Looked like he did.
Sacked by Latrell
Gene got to him first, and then Summerall finished him off. So I think we probably give them each a half a sack on that one. Another score tonight from the 7A playoffs. Venice 21, Braden River 14 in the 3rd quarter. Of course, they're in the other bracket, so there would be have to go through St. Thomas Aquinas, whoever wins that game.
Dominique Walker sacked on the play.
Another sack and another penalty, Brad. Let's see what this one is. I don't think that's a face mask. I wonder if they're going to get a targeting possibly. So.
Looks like a holding on the against the Red Devils. There's a holding call against the Red Devils that time.
Holding against Kathleen, I would imagine we would decline that. Joined by a couple of Dreadnought greats up here, Brad. We got Chris Rainey and Ahmad Black up in the press box with us.
We'd also like to welcome Ahmad Black back to Bill Castle Field at Bryant Stadium, and James Robinson back to Bill Castle Field at Bryant Stadium.
Okay. Let me get one.
Okay.
William McDonald sacked on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 39. Delay of game against the Red Devils.
Trying to get this work. All right, now we're back live. All right, so joined by former Dreadnought and former Gator Ahmad Black. Good to see you, Ahmad. Thanks for being here tonight.
Man, thanks for having me. It's a cold one tonight,
It is
right?
cold, very cold. So it's 3rd and 44 for Kathleen here as they drop back in the end zone and do a little screen pass. And let's see if Lakeland can get him down. They do get him down around the 16-yard
William
line.
McDonald's pass is complete to Torian Seeley.
As a Dreadnought player is reminding his teammate to get out of the face of Kathleen Red. There was a little leadership there, Ahmad.
I like it.
Way too many penalties tonight. You got to cut that out.
Well, that's one thing that we have to minimize is penalties, and that can be a drive killer a lot of times to a lot of teams.
No doubt. No doubt. We've had at least 6 false starts tonight.
That's awful. That's
An
awful.
unbelievable amount of unsportsmanlike conduct, all that kind of
Here's
stuff.
my thing. I was always confused about is the quarterback leaves the huddle and tell the offensive line what the cadence is. and we still jump off sides.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not crisp tonight. Hopefully we're getting all this out of our system tonight, and we'll be ready next week.
Hopefully.
We have 4:45 to go to the fourth quarter. Kathleen is punting from around the 5-yard line. They're going to get it off. A nice punt this time, nice and high, and caught by Howard. And he makes one guy miss, but he's going to not really get by him. He's brought down around the 46-yard line. So, Ahmad, what do you see from the Dreadnought defense? They have not given up double digits since September. They're averaging giving up like 5 points a game. It's a great defense. What are your thoughts about the Dreadnought defense?
Well, I think what comes with a great defense is that it has to go together. When I say go together, I mean the front end and the back end. And it all, works hand in hand. When you get pass rush on the quarterback, you make plays in the back end. Sometimes the coverage is very good, and we get sacks on the quarterback. So this defense showing great.
To me, it seems like I know you're a safety, and nothing against the secondary, but to me, it seems like the front seven is the strength of this defense, but the secondary is very solid too.
For sure. And the secondary get better and better every week. And I've seen the beginning of the year and until now, it's a total difference. The front seven guys, they're awesome. And they just got to keep the intensity going and to help the guys out in the back end.
Yeah, no doubt. And now Plant scored another touchdown. So they're up 14 in Vieira now. So it looks like we'll be hosting Plant next Friday night. As Dreadnought fans know, we've had 2 heartbreaking losses the last 2 years at Plant. Both of them easily could have gone the other direction. Right. So a chance for a payback next week. Do you think that's on the Dreadnought players' mind, Ahmad?
Oh, it has to be. I remember one game, the last time we played Plant here, I think it was. I sat over on the visitor side and was just enjoying it. I think AJ had a good day on them. Yeah. I think was that a playoff game?
Yeah, we haven't played in the regular season, okay.
I know those guys are going to be excited. I know we got to finish this game off. I know it's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. But, we got to have a great week of practice, and that's where it starts.
An easy game last week, a somewhat easy game tonight as we're in a fourth quarter water break now, and I'm being joined by Ahmad Black. But it gets much tougher starting next week. You got to find a way to execute better and cut these penalties out if you're going to keep on advancing.
And one thing we have to do is win the turnover margin and win the turnover battle. I think a lot of teams and a lot of people take that for granted. We get more turnovers than they do, we win the game.
No doubt. I don't know if you've heard the other score tonight, but Lake City, Columbia is down right now to Robert Lee. So if that score holds, then we will get to stay at home all the way to the state championship game if we keep on winning. So that's great news for Dreadnought fans.
All I've been hearing is how good this Lake City team is. I'm up in Gainesville, and that's all I hear all day long. So I was so excited to possibly have the Dreadnoughts come up there and play them, and it don't look like we're going to have that.
So are you staying in Gainesville now?
Yeah, I'm actually in Gainesville. I'm receiving my bachelor's. I graduate December 14th, so I'm so
congratulations,
excited.
Ahmad. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
What do you have any contact with Coach Mullen and the team while you're up there?
Yeah, I actually was with Coach Mullen and the guys the other day, so I go up there often, at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and just to show face, just keep my face familiar.
So as a former Gator who played, when Mullen was there previously, what are your thoughts about the job Mullen's done his first year in Gainesville?
Awesome. I think he preceded everyone's expectations, but we can't stop here. We can't get complacent.
I agree.
And we got a few more games. If we win out these few more games,
got to beat FSU. Otherwise, they come with a bad feeling.
I don't know.
Got to beat FSU.
We have to beat FSU. It's almost a must now. So, like I said, we play Idaho tomorrow.
Yeah.
That could be a good one for us. But also for a lot of guys who don't really get playing time, that'll be awesome for those guys to actually get in and run around a bit.
Yeah. So 4:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. I got to ask you one more question. Then maybe we'll get Chris Rainey in here. The national championship game against Oklahoma, probably the play of your career. Is that the best play of your career? The interception on Sam Bradford, the Heisman Trophy winner.
I get asked that so much.
Unbelievable catch. Talk us through that play.
They were running the ball down, and I think they were trying to tire us out.
Williams throwing it deep. He's got a man open, Chris Howard. And it's going to be pass interference on Kathleen. So that's going to be a first down for Lakeland. I actually had him wide open. He kind of hesitated. Otherwise, should have been a touchdown.
He had him deep. But I think the only thing the DB could do was tackle him at that time. So
I think Coach Castle wants to score again.
I think so. That's pretty much is what he's thinking right now, because a deep pass and the play action right there that almost got us in there.
So go back to that play against Oklahoma.
All right. So they were running the ball down the field. We were up, small in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, up by field goal.
Yeah, we were tired, and I could hear those guys. The coaches was over there on the sideline. sideline saying, you know, how tired we were and, you know, this, that, and the other, you know. So, you know, the defense kind of took it upon ourselves. We got a play call in. What happened was I was matched up on one of their best receivers in the slot. And they tried to take advantage of it. He threw the ball. I mean, it was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
I just played it well. Also,
It was a great pass, yeah.
I got hit by Major Wright, so I don't know how I survived that one.
Yeah, no kidding. He can lay the lumber.
Oh, man, he gave it to me. So
Yeah, you just kind of plug that ball out of the thin air.
Right. And like I like to say all the time, I can't do it again if I tried.
Yeah.
So.
That's the kind of play where you can lobby the coach for, hey, put me on offense. You see those
Hey,
hands?
you have to. I don't think Coach Meyer was buying that at the time.
No,
though.
probably not. So do you have any future aspirations to get in coaching or broadcasting, or what do you want to do?
I'm taking some broadcasting classes.
Yeah, I was just thinking, man, you sound great on the air here, man.
I appreciate it.
You definitely could be a future broadcaster.
Well, Savannah Collins has actually been helping me out a lot.
Oh, good, yeah.
So shout out to Savannah.
She got her start in the webcast.
I know. I'm trying to get it.
Savannah. She's awesome.
Yes, Savannah gives me a lot of pointers.
She's a future star.
For sure. She's a future star. She's already a star.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, you know, I can't wait to see where this broadcasting thing could take me. I enjoy talking about sports.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking about my former teams and things of that nature. So I'm excited.
You got the charisma, Ahmad. I wish you well. I think you do great in broadcasting
it.
for sure. And
Thank you
congrats
so
on
much.
finishing your degree.
All right, thank you so much.
That is wonderful.
All right.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. Go
Let's
Dreadnoughts.
see if we can get Chris Rainey to slide on over here.
Play lost a yard, brings up 2nd down and 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to inform you that fans will not be permitted on the playing surface following tonight's game. Again, fans will not be permitted on the
All right, so we've done some shuffling here, and now I'm joined by Ahmad's high school and college teammate, Chris Rainey. Chris, good to see you.
What up? Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. So, all right, so we got 2:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lakeland up 29-7, threatening to score again as they're inside the red zone. All right, Chris, my first question is, talk to me about DeMarcus Bowman. What do you think about DeMarcus?
I've been hearing a lot of stories about him, a lot of good things, and all the people that tell me, the only thing they need to talk to him about is the vision part. So, and he run track too, so they're going to help him on the football field too. So, I've been hearing a lot of good stories, so I had to see for myself.
Yeah, is this your first time seeing him in person?
Because I think I saw him one time last year, but I ain't really see much because it was another running back too at the same time.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten better since last year. He's got speed. I mean, he's got, super fast speed. He's definitely got speed, got some power, and he's got pretty good cutback ability. I compare him, I try to say he's maybe a mix between you and A.J. Davis. Not quite as shifty as you, but probably a little shifty than A.J., and, probably not quite as physical as A.J., but, this is a good mix,
Oh, definitely. I wish I had the power like him. He got some big legs.
No, he's got some power, no doubt. So, what's Chris Rainey up to these days? Are you still playing in the CFL?
Yeah, I'm still in the CFL. I'm a free agent this year.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to go back to the NFL.
Yeah.
If not, I'll stay up there. So,
when's their season? When does it start? Like in the spring?
Oh, it starts in June and then it ends in November.
In June. Oh, okay, so it's just finishing up now, or just
yeah, because the Grey Cup is always on Thanksgiving Day down here.
Okay, so Grey Cup's coming up next week. What team are you on?
I'm on BC Lions.
The BC Lions?
That was my current team since I'm a free
British
agent.
Columbia, right?
Yep.
Now, what part of Canada that's in? That's
Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah. Okay.
2 hours from Seattle.
That's a pretty
beautiful.
area. Beautiful,
oh my
yeah.
God.
And what kind of who's the head coach there?
Oh, he was Wally Burno. He was like the all-time winners coach.
Oh, wow.
He just retired this year, right after the season just now.
Oh wow! And do you think you go back there next year? You're not sure?
I have no clue. I got a lot of thinking to do right now.
Do you playing running back up there or slot receiver?
Running
or both?
back, slot receiver,
Kicker,
special teams, everything like
pretty much everything you've always done.
Yeah.
So what? You still keep in touch with the Pouncies?
Oh, definitely.
They're doing well.
Oh, they definitely doing their thing.
We had a video message from one of them.
I saw
I can never tell which way, if it was Marquise or Micah. You probably know. You can tell apart.
If it's on the video, you ain't gonna tell apart unless you see them close up because they got different tattoos. So
yeah. So Kathleen just calls timeout with 1:41 to go. Lakeland still up 29-7. So it looks like we're gonna host Plant next week. They're up by 14 right now over Vieira. 2 years in a row, Plant has beaten Lakeland in an excruciating manner. Tough, heartbreaking losses. If you're on Lakeland right now and you're a senior or junior and you played them the last 2 years, how excited are you going to be to have a chance at redemption against Plant?
Because I was there at them 2 games when they played when James Wilder was the running back and all that stuff, and they blew us out, so it hurt my feelings. So
Now back when Wilder was there, they blew us out in the last 2 years. We lost in like the last minute of the game both times. Just tough losses.
Man,
the kind of loss that you just take a long time to get over, you know.
So it's the playoff next week, and it's the revenge game,
and it's back at Bryant, which the last 2 years we had to go to Tampa.
Definitely, so. and they in the way of us going to the championship. So it's up to the team to see what they're gonna do. Cause I know our mindset when we played, we was unstoppable. Yeah. Nobody can't stop us.
Yeah, actually, I might be wrong. I know 2 years ago it was at Plant. I think actually they may have beaten us at Bryant last night. I think
both times at Bryant when I was here,
they blew us out. Yeah, and then last year I think maybe it was at Bryant. I know 2 years ago it was at Tampa Plant. But now what about going back to your high school career at Lakeland? I've told a lot of people this year. I said I think this might be the best team Lakeland's had since the back-to-back state championship teams.
I hear that a lot from a lot of people in the streets. So. They're saying the same thing.
The defense, especially. The offense is good this year, but the defense is great. I mean, the defense has just been spectacular. They're, I think, giving up maybe average like 6 points a game. Or 5
you don't win a championship without the defense.
No, yeah, they're looking really good. No doubt. Do you have a favorite high school memory? I remember watching you play a lot of games here before I was doing the webcast. I was just in the stands, but. Man, some great memories watching you run the ball here at Bryant, no doubt.
I got a whole bunch of them. I think my favorite.
Williams is dropping back the pass. He's scrambling.
Let's see.
And he is hit hard, and they're going to rule it an incomplete pass, so it's not a fumble. That was a 4th down play, so either way, it's going to be Kathleen ball with 41 seconds to go.
Yeah, he don't want to do too much game by the end anyway. But
your favorite memory?
I think when we played Kathleen in Bryant Stadium, when I went for 306 with 4 touchdowns.
Went for 3 bills and change.
Yeah, because that's a big rivalry school, so you have to get everything to that game.
What about a quick thought on the Gators? I know your former offensive coordinator Dan Mullen back in Gainesville as the head man, having a really good first year back in the swamp. What are your thoughts about the Gators now with Coach Mullen in charge? Have you talked to him at all?
I definitely talked to him. He's doing good so far. He's trying to manage it because he just came in and got a whole new team.
New roster, trying to get young players.
And he definitely got it. He's still doing that too. So, and he still got more years to come and all that stuff. But they pretty decent so far.
Solid first year.
I ain't gonna say no more, but that's all I'm gonna say.
If we beat Florida State, we'll put a nice.
We better beat Florida State. Everybody's
beating Florida State, right? I think maybe the high school team can give Florida State a run for them. But I'm just kidding. But if Florida wins that game and wins tomorrow, wins 9 in the regular season, that'd be a great first year, no doubt. I don't know if you noticed when DeMarcus Bowman scored that touchdown a while ago, he did a little Gator chomp.
hey, that
look good in orange and blue, won. Follow your footsteps to Gainesville.
That's what we need. They come back and recruit in Lakeland. Hey, he definitely gonna be a good.
I know they're recruiting Keon Zipper and Lloyd Summerall pretty hard. So I know Mullen trying to reestablish that Gator knot.
That's how the Gator was good. They recruiting in Lakeland. Hey, they're gonna be a good team.
No doubt. Well, Chris Journey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Appreciate you, man.
Good luck. Hope you get a shot in the NFL.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
you. On in the CFL
I'm always keep fighting, always.
So we're down to our last 10 seconds here. Should be the last play of the ball game here. So we'll get Brad back on the air here to do the post-game show. It's going to be overthrown, and that's going to be the last play of the game as the clock has hit double zeros. Your score tonight, Lakeland 29, Kathleen 7. So Lakeland advances on to the regional final next week against most likely Plant. If Plant can close out the era, we'll be hosting a game at Bryant Stadium the day after Thanksgiving. All right, so that was a nice treat, Brad, as we had Ahmad Black and Chris Rainey up here. Not every day you see 2 former state and national champions.
Championship playoff game will be here at Phil Castro Field at Bryant Stadium
Yeah, a couple guys from probably maybe the peak of the last 15 seasons with those guys down in Miami winning the national championship for the second year in a row. I remember that night. It was Ahmad Black who made the saving tackle at the goal line within inches to preserve the victory.
Against St. Tommy,
yeah.
And the Pounces went on defense.
That's right.
Great game, no doubt. That was our third championship in a row. Always great to see great former Dreadnought players back here.
Yeah.
And so, Brad, a solid win for Lakeland tonight, 29-7 over Kathleen. We knew it would be tougher than it was 3 weeks ago, and Kathleen played well, but just too much defense for Lakeland and too much to Marcus Bowman as well.
Yeah, it's a win. It's moving on to the next round. Certainly some things that we have to correct for next week. Looks like we're going to be playing Plant.
We're waiting for a final score. Last score we heard, I think Plant was up by 14 in the fourth quarter on the air. They were down early in the game, but they have come back. So most likely we'll be hosting Plant here at Bryant Stadium next week.
I'm excited about that one.
Third time in a row, 2 heartbreaking losses.
Right, 2 heartbreaking. I mean,
in the final minute of the game, just 2 of the best high school games you can see, really, So no shame in those losses, but still heartbreaking nonetheless.
I'm excited already for next Friday.
No doubt about it. So, any thoughts tonight on what you saw? To me, maybe one of Ski McWilliams' better games for the Dreadnoughts as a former quarterback. How do you assess his play?
Yeah, I think he made some great plays tonight. He had some real wizard-like moves, from time to time there. He made some good decisions. For example, the second score of the night was a touchdown pass where he saw a mistake the defense made, capitalized on it, got a quick touchdown. There were a lot of positive things that happened. It's again.
And he had the great play. He got called back because he was barely past the line of scrimmage, but really showed his athleticism on that play.
He has a lot of athleticism in addition to throwing the ball. Yeah, you think that maybe perhaps in the playoffs there's going to come a time whenever some precision passing is going to be required, and it looks like he's going to be able to do that going in.
So we had a turnover or 2 tonight, and then we had a whole multitude of penalties. I'd imagine that's probably the thing that's really. Those 2 things in particular are the biggest concern to Coach Castle. What would be the biggest concern to you? The penalties, probably?
Yeah, I think the takeaway, from what I saw tonight was, you can't start off drives, putting yourselves 5 yards off the line of scrimmage just on some simple mistakes. Early on, you couldn't tell if that was some calls, some things the defense was doing to try to draw the offense off sides, and they might have kind of tricked them a couple times. But it happened probably more times than what you feel comfortable with, something I'll definitely have to focus on this week. The plan, or somebody may pick up the film and see a weakness there, that they're maybe lacking some discipline. So they're going to have to correct that and not start the drive 1st and 15, but 1st and 10, and then kind of getting downhill on it. The second thing, of course, is this is a playoff game, but this is also probably our longest, most bitter rival, Kathleen. So there were some excessive emotions. It was shared on both sides, so it wasn't just like Lakeland was, over the top.
That was my next question. Do you think it's partly a byproduct of playing Kathleen for the second time in 3 weeks? A rival, like you said, in TV beat by 50 last month. So is it hard to really keep your edge in a situation like that?
The boys are excited tonight to play football. Hey, it's a beautiful Florida night with the crisp fall air. They were ready. They were excited. So was Kathleen. They came in and looked like they had a chip on their shoulder. They were humiliated. 50-0 never feels good, to have that. And they had a chance to, do a little different. They, as far as their program goes, they, had some positive plays out there. They scored, at least got the goose egg off the scoreboard.
So 79-7 in 2 games this year.
We'll take it. It's a win. Anytime in the playoffs, it's a win. We're moving on to the next round.
I mean, the defense is playing a high level. I just think the offense needs to be next week be a little crisper, cut out a lot of those penalties, and then both sides of the ball have to cut out the personal fouls and the unsportsmanlike conducts. But if they can clean that up, I think they have a chance to keep on winning. No doubt about it. Very talented Dreadnought team.
This is a special Dreadnought team for sure, Jeff.
Real quick, let's give out some players of the game. For me in offense, I would probably give it to Ski McWilliams. I mean, you could get the Bowman almost every week, but I thought McWilliams played pretty well tonight with his feet and his arm.
Yeah, Bowman's been so reliable all year. I think Ski did some great things today. I'm agreeable to that.
All right, and then on defense, I think Brandon Lloyd Summerall is in the backfield all game long.
Lloyd Summerall making things happen.
Big game, probably his best game as a Dreadnought. His transfer over from Auburndale's lone season here for Lakeland. Huge game, and then special teams. I guess Finley Graham had that really nice return. So maybe we'll give special teams to Finley Graham. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, sounds good. So, Brad Smith, thanks for being our guest analyst. You did a great job.
My pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you on air with us. So your final score tonight here from Bryant Stadium, Lakeland High School 29, Kathleen High School 7. Lakeland advances on to the regional final next week here at Bryant Stadium, most likely against Plant. We'll find out soon for sure who our opponent will be. We'll be back on the air next Friday night with the Lakeland Football Webcast. Happy Thanksgiving to Dreadnought Nation. God bless and take care. See you next week.